Yes, people. Welcome to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. My voice is still a little mashup from yesterday. Salute to Soul. Hear me on the Pi Radio party, and that. And piano versus Afro beats. Oh, fam, I was two-stepping the whole night. I am still feeling the effects now, but here we are in it. Yeah, mashup. Not even my voice, fam. You know what I'm saying? When I just started, then I was like, my voice isn't the same, but here we are. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? I don't even sound the same. But yeah, From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, people. I'm not joined by Stroll. I'm not joined by JV. I'm joined by two very special guests. Obviously, my Don. You see him with me all the time. My brother, right hand man. Man, like Tox is in the building. What you telling me, family? You good?
What's going on, man? Good to be back. Shout out to JV and Stroll as well, man.
Every time, man.
It weren't no Joe Budden split up.
No,
you get me? Like,
it wasn't. Nobody got left off bad and bougie, people. No. Nobody got left off bad and bougie. Me, Stroll, and JV, you get me, as tight as ever. And of course, as well, man, I got to welcome my big bro to the show also. This is your debut on the show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is your debut. Oh, yeah, AVA was on. Yeah. So it's not, obviously, that's his twin brother who was here last time. So no, it's not the same guy, people. Mikey is in the building. Mikey, were you telling me good?
Easy, people.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you here, man. It's been too long. That's why I asked you. I was like, right, is this your debut? Well, yeah, mad. Well, yeah, people, From a Third Eye View, will be discussing all things Premier League related and obviously answering any questions you have for us in the last half an hour of the show. But so much has gone on, specifically with Manchester United.
Crazy week.
So it's only right that we start there. Like even yesterday when I sent over the title and the info we was going to be talking about, it was supposed to be Ollie's new deal. That was the headline. And then woke up today and seeing the news in the afternoon break about Raphael Varane. So, all right, Tox, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts on that? That Varane is incoming. And do you believe? Yeah.
I'm over the moon. I've been trying to not get carried away before. Like we got PTSD when it comes to certain transfers, innit, as a United fan. So you want to see them holding up the shirt first, innit? So I've been trying to not get carried away because it was out the blue for me and everything just lined up perfectly. Apparently, like there's other teams in for him, but he's saying he only wants to come to United. So all the right noises from all the right people are coming out. So I'm over the moon with it. That's a world-class signing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Second world-class signing we've made this summer. So I'm over the moon.
That is a very valid point, and I get both of your thoughts on Sancho as well. But that's United moving correctly in the transfer window. And I've already said, yeah, it's strange. I refuse to believe it. And people are like, why? And it's kind of like you've known someone for like 15 odd years and they've just been a terrible human being and nasty to you. And then 1 year they just start acting nice. You're going to look at them funny. And that's how I'm looking at it. Like, is this the protest?
That's how I look at you recently, a year or so, innit? Like, man, seeing flawless be flawless for a good 16 years, you get me? And then man changed his life, innit? So
why can't I just grow? That's just me growing as a person. I'm trying to be better than I was.
But you just said yourself, innit? Like, that's how we look at it with United. That's how I look at you as well.
Well, I wasn't like, the thing is, though, you see me grow from when you first know me, 2, 3 years in, 5 years in, you know what I'm saying, 10 years in. That's what it is. He talks, trying to throw dirt on my name already, you know. But yeah, we'll go to you, Mikey. Your thoughts on it, on the Varane signing?
Good deal, definitely. I was I'm not gonna lie, a bit skeptical about Varane because obviously you being a bit older. I remember when we wanted him, I'm a Man United fan, of course. Remember when we wanted him and he didn't come to us, he chose Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like about this deal is that he wanted to come to Manchester United. And that's the most important thing. World Cup winner. After seeing Harry Maguire and the way he played next to John Stones, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think I heard someone say somewhere, well, if the Maguire and Shaw thing works, and talk about language barriers and Wan-Bissaka with Varane, but I'm sure he's Congolese. He speaks French.
He speaks French. Yeah,
just letting people know that he speaks French.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, because he's Congolese.
That's why I brought it up,
right,
really.
Okay,
so
well,
so he speaks French. So you know, we could have a solid defense here. Do you know what I mean?
Let's be on Wan-Bissaka's side as well, innit? They'll be both on the right side. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got like Spider-Man and then the Flash in it.
Who's the Flash?
Yo, we can throw Varane the Flash in it.
Oh, right. I thought he is
fast.
fast. I thought you were talking about Dan James for a second. I was gonna say I don't see he's getting in the squad. Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah. That's why I was like, relax. So you see, that's why, because you said Flash automatically, I presume Varane. But that's a great point you made in terms of I think it improves Wan-Bissaka defensively. Varane playing next to him, because that's a quality centre back. Like, this is like people. I don't know why all of a sudden people are acting like Varane isn't Varane.
Because he's coming to United. We're gonna see it with Sancho. We're gonna see it all of a sudden. Sancho's trash now, innit? Like, soon as the season starts, all of a sudden people don't rate Sancho no more, innit? That's why all of a sudden Varane's not a good player. He's past it now. That's 28 years old.
He's going into his prime. Because I've had this debate, because people were like, specifically Ryan as well, was like, oh, Varane's overrated. He's been babysat by Ryan. He's been babysat by Ramos, etc. But I was like, when has Varane played consistently without Ramos to back that up?
Yeah, you can't say he's babysat as well. They play two different roles. Like, Ramos plays the role that Maguire would play, in terms of Ramos is going to step out ahead of the defense and try to close things down. Varane's running in behind and he's tracking runners and
using his pace.
Yeah, he's using his place. So it's not a babysitting thing. They're not hand in hand. One's going forward, one's coming back. So it's not a babysitting thing, bro. Like, you can't say that in it. It's just because he's coming to United.
Yeah, because people
gives me joy though, you know. Man's a savage.
Yeah,
Everyone said he's overrated.
Yeah, because it's like he's overrated. And I was like, all right, so when did he play without him? Because if you look at both of their injury records, they played the majority of the time they've been at Madrid. They've both been there, what, 10, 12 years? Like, Varane's been there since he was like 19, 20 years old. And we know what the Real Madrid fans are like.
So who's babysitting him for France then as well? Then that's what I would need to know.
This is what I'm saying. When he won a World Cup. When he won a World Cup.
Babysitting him.
Or was he the lead man?
Like, when he was there, like, he was young, but he was playing first team football at 18.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Ferguson wanted him. There's a reason why Zidane got in there ahead of Ferguson when he found out that he may potentially be going United. Like, he was babysitting him back then. Like, I don't want
and even Ancelotti reports came out that Ancelotti wanted to have a conversation with him and wanted him to stay, because Ancelotti knows a top quality centre back. Could he come to Manchester United and fail? Yes. Do I believe he does? No. I think people don't understand the upgrade that he is. He is literally a 1-bedroom flat to a mansion. That's the type of upgrade that we have. Like,
you know.
To the penthouse, the whole penthouse though. Like all 5 bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, all on suite.
We've got Lindelof, bro. And we were talking about it this Saturday on the weekend. Like, Lindelof is so shaky that attackers pick on him.
Like you said, we was having a debate, and Tuck said Marcus Mark Lindelof.
Yeah, the attackers Mark Lindelof. Like, they're lining up to pick on him. That's how shaky he is. They're lining up. Like, I'm gonna get him in it. They're licking their lips. They're licking their lips at the start of the game. You know, as soon as you come and get across that big striker, like, you know it's a wrap for Lindelof in it. So, like, nah, bro. Like, this is such an upgrade.
I just want to
Lindelof.
Go on,
because it's kind of like I didn't want us to buy him in the first place. By the way. If you ask my boy Dubs, he said, "What do you think?" I said, "No, don't buy him." That was off the back. I think it was
shout out to Dubs as well. Big up the whole Mic Check gang.
Yeah, so big up my crew there. And I was just like, no, I just don't. I think, you know, he can be good on the ball. Yeah, but I just thought he wasn't strong, and I've never thought he has been. So when people sort of say, "Oh, you're going in on Lindelof," I'm not. Nobody else is. You can't hide what you see.
Yeah,
you know, as a coach, like,
this is it
in track and field. It's like I'm not going to pick my slowest runner over my fastest runner. Yeah. And I tell them that. Do you know what I mean? You can't call me mean for saying I want my fastest runner in. I want my A runner in, not my B runner in.
It's just truth. He's had enough time as well. It's like, I'm sick of seeing him get bullied on set pieces. It's always him.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Varane's prone to certain things, but he's better in the air. And like I said, he's a little bit quicker. He's just better overall.
He's just better overall.
A winner in that. But if it's like... if you just quickly before we move on, but it's like having Chiellini and what's his name? Bonucci. I don't care how old they are. Do you see the way that man playing? That man will rough him man up and everything. I rate him for pulling Saka back.
Yeah, that's right.
His toe or something.
No, that's
what I mean. People was vexed about that, but I think it's because there was obviously support in England. Me as an objective football fan, I'm looking at that's exactly what you want your defender to do.
Yeah.
Listen,
I supported England, and I said he did the right thing because me, I played defense. I'd have done the same thing, man. I'd have pulled him back.
The dark arts, we call it. The dark arts.
Yeah, and he got away with it.
People act like, and then I've noticed that with Varane as well, where people are like, "Oh, I want someone who's a master of the dark arts, etc., etc." I'm like, them light old school number 9s, them defenders don't exist no more. We're talking about Chiellini. Chiellini's what, 35? You know what I'm saying? Bonucci's in his mid 30s. Ramos is mid 30s. Like, them centre backs. Show me where them centre backs are that do that type of stuff. It's like old school. The youngest old school number 9 is probably Lukaku, who's what, 29. Who's Haaland's a throwback. That's why people are 28. Haaland's a throwback, but he's a one-off. There's no one I can think of who's at the top level in Europe as a striker who is an old school number 9 or on the defensive side who is a master of the dark arts type of thing. And it like Diaz is kind of like that. Even Van Dijk is not like that.
They're just not at the top level. The more old school number 9s tend to be at the smaller teams, and this is where we struggle against these smaller teams because they just come and they got the bully tactics and it works.
Talk about like your Chris Woods and the Burnley.
I can't blame him for that. Like Benteke.
Yes, there is. Oh yeah, big up everyone in the comments as well. The last half an hour of the show from 8:30 to 9, we will answer any questions you have. Large up Stro as well, who says he bigged us up actually. Shout out to Stro. We hope you're doing well. He says, "Don't wind me up this week. The week I can't make it." And Tox is there, shaking my head. Salute all you free legends. Nah, man, we're gonna get Tox back and we're gonna get Mikey back as well. Don't worry, Stro. We are. But yeah, man, big up FC everyone. Wayne, Johan, Sasha. Big up to Ravi as well, Fraser, everyone, man, who's locked in, man. Like, much appreciated. I see all of you. But yeah, I'm gassed about the man. I don't think people like understand what an improvement he is because people don't watch Manchester United week in, week out. People have said it to me.
Yeah, they do watch Man United inside.
Yeah.
You do.
But where it is,
I genuinely feel like they don't. Yeah. I've said this for years. I feel like people just they don't watch the game. They just go online, see who scored and see who assisted, and then they jump on Twitter and then they talk about it.
But when I say don't watch us in terms of don't understand how bad Lindelof is, they don't. People are like, you're harsh on him. I'm like, no, watch this guy. Like you mentioned it. Not only do attackers target him, that lets you know a weakness. A lot of the time, I say this all the time, he's hiding. We're conceding goals, and if you freeze frame when the striker's scoring the goal, you're not even in the frame. It's kind of like, where are you type of thing. Look at the goal. People have swept this under the rug. Look at the goal Sweden conceded to knock them out of the Euros. Last minute. So this is what I'm saying. So it's the last minute of the game. You're down to 10 men. You're a minute away from penalties and potentially getting your team through to a quarterfinal. The left winger picked it up, crosses it into the box. Lindelof is going back into the box, marking nobody. Marking nobody. And there's no intention. It's not even like his head's on the swivel. Who are you marking? Like, this is my point. If that's Maguire, if that's against Germany and Sane is whipping that in and Muller scores and Maguire's marking nobody, we're still talking about it now. But because it's Linda, and he does that all the time. The goal we conceded in the Europa League final, who's the closest man to Moreno when he's scoring the goal? No awareness.
It's always him. Like I said, if we have a set piece, if we concede a corner, like, it's always Lindelof. It's always him getting bullied in the air, or he's lost a man, or you know what I mean. Like it's I can't stomach it no more. But we got to give credit to Ollie. I'm not his biggest fan.
Go on.
But the defense that he walked into, obviously Shaw was there, but we had Ashley Young playing left back.
Fair enough.
Valencia, I think, was still there. Chris Smalling, Phil Jones. Like, he totally changed the whole back line to what, to me, you can say is a world-class back line now.
Is it a world-class back line?
Yeah, because I'm saying Luke Shaw's operating at a world-class level right now. Maguire is operating at a world-class level right now. He had a better season than Ruben Diaz. It's not close. No, this is facts. If we give him a head-to-head for the stats, you'll see like he slaughtered him.
Okay.
Wan-Bissaka.
What a better season? Maguire had a better season than Ruben Diaz.
He didn't get what Ruben Diaz got out of the season, but just in terms of this centre back versus this centre back,
you mean,
this centre back versus this centre back.
I disagree wholeheartedly, but go on, I'm gonna let you land.
Wan-Bissaka, if he keeps going in the direction he's going, and now we've got pieces around him. We've got Varane on the left of him and Sancho ahead of him now.
That could improve him. I agree with that.
Because defensively he's fine. He loses a man on the back post every now and again.
That's a positional
concentration.
Sense. Yeah.
But he's young. He's going to start operating at a world-class level. And I think that's why we want to bring Trippier in to like kind of push him there. And then putting Varane in that, like, we've got a world-class back line.
I wouldn't say world-class. I wouldn't say world-class. Go on, you go, and I'm going to go. Yes.
I think it's a bit more solid.
That's what I go with. There's multiple reasons why, but I'm going to let Mikey land.
Yet to see what the combination is. Because this is what I'm saying, though. Because I can't disagree, because everybody, you see what it is, Neen? I always say this, even when I'm working with, the young football players. Yeah. When I criticize a football player, I'm not criticizing them from the point where I think I'm better than them.
Yeah,
I'm criticizing them on the level that they're at, especially working in the area that I work.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, against other professionals, you can clearly see there's huge deficiencies, or there might be small deficiencies. So for me, with the Lindelof situation, and now Ole coming in now, because I've always said Ole's failed up. And that's what you get in sport. Some people get the chance to do that because you learn from previous mistakes and you fail up. So it's not a criticism to Ole. Am I the biggest Ole fan? No, but he's doing a job. He's doing a necessary job. So for him to change the back line into what he changed it into now in getting in Varane at the price that he got him in. Yeah. Even if he wasn't to do that great, Varane, it's not dirt cheap, but it's not too bad. You know, he's a world class centre back. Yeah. We didn't play 80 mil like we paid for Harry Maguire, or 70 odd mil like Liverpool did for Van Dijk. Yeah. But me being a Man U fan, I wanted Van Dijk all day. Do you know what I mean? And I stand by that now. So but obviously he got injured. But when I say those deficiencies, I say that. So we're yet to see what's going to go on with Man United. But of course, it's exciting. Very exciting. You know what I mean? You should be excited all the time because I'm not going to lie. I was like, I don't know about Varane, but I'm like, you know what? Now he's here. When I see the way Harry Maguire played in the Euros, I take it all day. Do you know what I mean? And Wan-Bissaka didn't even get to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
he's well rested. It looks like, for me, it looks like such a sure thing because Luke Shaw and Maguire are fine. Varane is exactly the partner that Maguire needs. Like the
lack of pace definitely helps.
If you could create the perfect centre back partner to help Maguire, it is literally Varane. Yeah. So it fits. It's like it's a perfect jigsaw piece. Wan-Bissaka to me as well. Like he's great as a defender. He needs to improve moving forward. So
do you think so? No?
Yeah. I really.
He just needs to be more effective going forward. That's all I'm asking for. Wan-Bissaka is overlap, and that's
what it is with
overlap, and learn how to, and then get better with crossing the ball.
Wan-Bissaka, doesn't. He's not that kind of footballer that looks good on the ball. The guy looks like he's gonna trip over his legs.
He doesn't look good on the eye test.
But
that's my point. Is I'm talking about him just improving his crossing. Which I think he can do.
Yeah, I think that'll come when he's yet to see. That's what I'm saying. Like with the combination with Varane and him, we should see a little bit more stability in the defense. And then when we got Sancho in front of him, then I expect to see something different.
Sancho's
going to be developed.
Sancho's going to attract so many players to him because Sancho hugs that touchline. Have you seen it for England? Yes. Like he's going to attract so many players to him all of a sudden. Wan-Bissaka is going to have a lot more space to operate in. So you're going to see him have a bit more time and space to actually pick out a cross as opposed to trying to patrol the whole right-hand side on your own.
My man tries to do everything. That's what I'm saying.
He does have to do everything. But back to your point about the world-class, the reason why I don't think, do I think, is he operating at a world-class level? Yes, you can argue that. So I won't dispute that. Can he maintain that is the problem.
That's why I said specifically operating.
Yeah, he's operating.
For me to genuinely say he's world class, I have to see what he did this season, next season. This
is my point with that. Maguire, I don't think he's world class. No. I don't think Maguire. I don't think he's world class. No, never. I think he is. Yeah, I know you got the red tinted glasses. I think he's good. I think he could be good. I think next to Varane we see a better Maguire. I give that much. But also the reason why Varane I put in a world class bracket, Wan-Bissaka has a way to go. Also, two massive factors. We don't have a goalkeeper that's even top class. Yeah. So that's why I don't think I can remember a team that's had a world-class back line without a top-class goalkeeper. We don't even have that. To me, we don't even have a competent goalkeeper. We have De Gea, to me, who's not good enough, and Henderson, who I don't know about. Are you a fan of either or both of them?
I'm a fan of De Gea, man.
I say, go on. Yeah. I've been done with De Gea, me. I've been done with De Gea. I can't remember the last time he had a good. When's the last time he had a good season?
Well, when you got impracticalities in front of you all the time,
that no. But the thing is,
it's not like he's a Kepa.
Oh no! He's not nowhere near Kepa. The difference is though.
Which one was it? Is it JV and Thingy Stroll that don't like? What's it? Monday. Was it them that were saying that they're not feeling Mendy at Chelsea?
Yeah. Are we gonna get onto that? Because I was spot on about Chelsea, but that's a whole other thing in it. I wasn't. I just want my flowers because when Chelsea had the transfer window, I said they have a very good team. Yeah. All we're gonna find out is Lampard, and they were like, no, they haven't had a good window. Yeah, they have, and that's why they won the Champions League. But back to it, De Gea's whole time at Manchester United, he hasn't had a good back four in front of him, and this guy was Player of the Year 4 times in a row.
Yeah, my man's been flying in the corner.
Yeah, man's form. Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying is his form has dipped. Like I can't remember legit the last time he had good. I can't remember the last time he had a good season, and I don't think it's a technical thing. I think it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's most definitely a mental.
And that's a big issue.
I think we've watched this player throw the towel in. But I don't judge him for it, because me as a United fan, there's plenty of times I want to throw the towel in and turn the telly off.
Yes.
Like, how would you feel having to play behind Phil Jones and Chris Smalling for an extended period of time?
I hear that.
And then Lindelof ahead of you.
I hear that.
You get to a point where there's also been various points where he wanted to go
and
back
that's
to
on
Madrid.
Us. And that's on us.
To be closer to his family. I think his missus lives over there.
Mm-hmm.
So he got children over there. So there's also that as well. But I think you just get to a point where these players have the same feelings that we do
to an extent. But he was even having that under Van Gaal, and Van Gaal dropped him because of the whole contract situation, because he didn't want to sign a new deal. And it's like, and that happens too often because his head isn't in it now. Like, you can already, and I just don't think he's not. I'm not saying he's not a good goalkeeper. I'm saying at Manchester United, I think he's done.
But the difference is, I feel I'm standing on this. This season, we see a different De Gea, because it's like, look at the back four.
According to you, we gonna win the league, then, innit?
The
way you talking? How can we not win the league, fam? If we don't sign a DM, we got a goalkeeper who's gonna be back to his best, according to you. We have a world class back line. If we sign a DM, I was saying, well, you never know. Ollie said
City is still City. That's the problem.
Ollie said that with Henderson's is number one, the back end, and we get to the final and you play De Gea.
Yeah, the Henderson's a massive problem for me.
My point is, he shouldn't have. I'm not saying Henderson's better than De Gea. My point is, if that's your number one, stand on it. Like, that's my big issue.
Ole, though, innit?
True. Yeah, fair point.
So I'm saying, when you break down the dynamics, see the guy comes down and listen, I'm not gonna lie. I look at some of the decisions made, and I see people go back and forth. I'm just like, the manager made the choice. I've been in that position before. Yeah.
And hey, I just want to large up Lewis in the comments talking his rubbish, talking about VL Hive and talking about spit out that Chelsea prop. I want to call you. We're on legal radio, so I can't really call you Lewis what I want to call you in it, because we're on legal radio right now. Look at the camera when I say this, and this guy trolling me and that. Big up carefully Lewis every time though. That's my done. But yeah, back to it. So it's kind of like, even so, if we do see a better De Gea, so say for instance we see a better De Gea or Henderson becomes a better goalkeeper, and then with the back four we have, even with the no DM, I don't think his defense is good enough. There's so many question marks on the goalkeeper. Can Luke Shaw keep the form up? Can Harry Maguire get better? Will Varane settle in? Wan-Bissaka is probably defensively the only question. So 4 out of the 5 of the back 5 for me, I have question marks. So
for me, Luke Shaw's problem is the same as what Wan-Bissaka's problem is right now. I've never not trusted Luke Shaw as a defender. Right. His problem for me was always going forward. You got all this speed and you get into great positions and nothing. Remember a few seasons back, we had that problem where you get into these great positions and then pass it straight back. Valencia was doing the same on the other side. So my problem with him, I never didn't trust him at the back. He's defensively, he's a very, very good defender. He was always going forward. Now going forward, it seems to have clicked. I do feel like he can maintain it. Maguire, I have zero problems with. Varane, I have zero problems with. Wan-Bissaka, if it clicks going forward, I have zero problems with him as a defender. So I genuinely feel like we have a potential world-class back for the goalkeeper. I think everything's set up around De Gea now for him to.
But he's picking Henderson now. Henderson's going to be his number one.
I don't feel like he's going to stand on whatever decision he makes.
I do agree with you. That's what I'm trying to say. One of them. That's the point. People are going, which one is that? I would prefer to hear in there. But the point is, you battle through to the thing. Because if I want to be the fastest on my team, what do you expect? I've had to race our kid.
Yeah, your kid's quick.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, it don't matter that we're twin and bub related. I want the number one spot in it. I'm not talk grease. It just depends on whoever suits and fits in with that back line, like Mendy did. And Kepa can come in and do his thing, but can't he be too cool and everything, throws down that discipline, keeps his discipline. He knows if I tell him he's done his dance though still.
Yeah, because we know Kepa can't save long shots. We know this. When it comes to long shots, like Kepa's like legit strong
deficiencies, because when the keepers are going to be going up, but one of them has to be number one. But you can't be paying my man big bucks like that and then keeper on the bench. If I was there, I'd be vexed.
But they're both. The problem is that they're both on big money. Like we have created, and I said this at the time.
Or 100 and what is it? 20?
Yeah, something like that. You're talking like 400k between the two of them. It's like we've created a problem. It's something along those lines. We created a problem that wasn't a problem. Like the number one wasn't an issue.
Actually, was not.
But now you've created an issue. And when you go on, fam.
I was gonna say what I think he is doing. I think he's trying to do what he did with Luke Shaw, where he's giving De Gea a kick up the bum. I think Ollie knows for fact that Henderson is nowhere near De Gea's league. But De Gea's let his head get in his way for so long. You kind of have to put him through that. You know what I mean? And all this, we don't know who's going to start. I think he's just trying to motivate De Gea to get back to his best.
I hope so.
And I feel like it should work, bearing in mind what's around him. But like you said, when it came to the Europa League,
stand on your guy.
If he rated Henderson that much, De Gea is not starting.
Yes.
But he felt no way about putting De Gea back.
But you know why? It's because Henderson, a couple of weeks before that, had made the mistakes against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then we hadn't seen him since. Like, if that's your number one, if he makes multiple mistakes, it's fair enough.
I genuinely feel like Ollie's just trying to run games.
He did, but I'm like, if that's your guy, you have to back him, because whatever goalkeeper you are going to bring in, you're going to make up. Like, for instance, Varane, if Varane comes in and he makes a mistake in his first game, you're not going to drop him.
Yeah,
you have to stand with that. If it's 3-4 games, a man are making mistakes. That's a different. All I'm saying is stand. I was stand with your choice. Like, stand on your opinion.
I'm telling you, Ollie don't really got 4 goalkeepers now.
Yeah, and we're bringing in more goalkeepers, and are any of them good enough to be our number one? For me personally, no. Henderson, I don't know. With De Gea, it's like I said, I can't trust someone who's so sometimes. You haven't had a good season in 3 years. He was decent this season, and he was poor 2 seasons gone.
He did have a consistent run of very good seasons.
Before that, yeah. So before that, but I'm talking about football. You know, footballers are what have you done? Like, what have you done for me lately, sport? I can't wait for you to get your head right. I can't wait around and sit on that. Like,
but the thing is, you're saying we can't wait for it, but I think we have waited for it.
Yeah, and that's wrong.
Now's the time where it's make or break now for De Gea. It's make or break.
Because I've been done
nowhere to go, has he?
Yeah, he's got nowhere because no one's paying him that money.
That's a fact.
When he wanted to go to Madrid, we should have let him go. Who's paying him that money anyway?
Now because Courtois is there.
That's the one thing I would have said. I don't think at the time when we offered him a contract and we gave him so much money, I don't think we needed to do it.
No, even that must be playing on his head as well, because he had his heart set on Madrid. Obviously, whatever happened, and then they didn't dilly around. They didn't hang about. Like, we've been in for Varane for a decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We really love Varane to the point where Varane sees that and he's like, "You've been in for me for a decade." So you know what I mean? Like, they didn't hang around. It was like, "Oh, we're not getting all right, come on, Courtois." So that's probably on his head as well. Like, I had my chance to go there and it's gone now. I'm stuck here. There's nowhere else he can go. And there's probably nowhere else he wants to go.
Go back to. Are you talking about Varane? You're talking about Go back to Atletico Madrid. Let us take Oblak. I'm saying
he can't get in over.
That's what I'm saying. A swap deal. Get me. Offer the money and that. Hey, why not in it? We can try. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we just signed. Hey, we just signed Sancho and potentially Varane in the same window. Anything's possible. The sky's purple. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. If someone would have told me at the start of the window, United would legit sign Sancho for a great price and then be in for Varane for fit. Someone would have told me we would have signed Varane for less than Arsenal and trying to sign Ben White. I would have been like, what are you on? What have you been drinking?
For that. To prize him from Atletico, you're gonna have to hit his release clause. And all the Spanish teams got them
big release clause.
£250 million release clauses.
I'm just hoping. But yeah, I get what you're saying. With the goalkeeper, I look at that as a problem area. Backline is better. Yeah, it is, isn't it? But all he's at the wheel according to some. According to some, we gonna win the league, which we gonna get into as well, because that's crazy. We still need, obviously, the whole DM situation. We definitely. So we'll start with you. We'll start with you, Mikey, on that in regards to the DM. Like, who do you look at? Like, give us your 2-3 names, your
when
options.
I was talking to Dubs in the man them in the group. Yeah, we got the crew, man. We want winners. That's a group. That's what it's called.
That's fire.
We want winners.
That's fire.
Yeah. I was like, you can't not consider what's being offered right now. So, what's being offered? We got, is it Saul? So
we've been linked with a lot of DMs. So you obviously got Saul Niguez. We've been linked with Declan Rice. Yeah. People have mentioned Ndidi. People have mentioned Basuma. Ruben Neves has popped up. They're probably the 5 most. Let me know in the comments, people. Camavinga, you can put in that mix as well, even though he's not a 6. Neves, but
no.
Okay, so no to Neves.
I don't think he's good enough.
Okay.
I don't think he's good enough. No. Well, the way I look at it now is, it's not totally off the Euros, but when Neves and I'm not saying Bruno because he was just worn out, wasn't he? But as soon as they came off the pitch, what's it? Ronaldo Sanchez and brother was in. They were just in. You see what they did? I was like, them man were like, they were like boss man Birdie and that, and he took out them man were just on it. So what I'm saying is, like, for me, it's got to be considered like Saul Niguez, 42 million.
Liverpool was supposedly interested in him as well.
I don't think they can sign any more players that aren't English.
Oh, is it Liverpool?
Yeah,
Have they got the quota? So why
today?
Well, oh, is that why they're trying to get rid of Jordan Henderson?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, no. You would want to keep. I don't know. Who knows?
They can only sign
English players.
They can't sign the foreign players.
And they're still trying to get rid of Henderson. That's crazy.
That's mad, that, isn't it?
You got to fill the English quota.
I think Goretzka just wants a new contract. He just wants a new contract.
I don't want Goretzka anyway.
I don't see him leaving. But I do think we've got to consider your Sowells, your Basumas.
Big fan.
Declan Rice has just been priced at 100 mil. Madness, you know.
Like I always say, we got Rice at home.
Yeah, I'm not.
We're talking about say all the time. We got Rice at home, man. Like,
he's not, look, man.
He's just not £100 million player. He's not to me. He's not
what
his
fault,
we need. No. I don't blame him. He's a good player. Don't get him mistaken. I think he is actually a good player. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent player, but I don't think where Manchester United are trying to go, I don't believe Declan Rice is the answer.
This guy wants to make up a fan.
I don't think he's the answer. You think Declan Rice is the answer?
What I'm saying is, what is out there, like we can't just make up. We're not. I take
Basuma or Ndidi over Declan Rice.
Yeah, but Basuma's stats were better than.
I think Basuma. Yeah, I would take Basuma, and he'd be.
United are not interested in him, no, are they?
Manchester United.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Manchester United.
Because we were talking on the way in now, right? How can you be offered Tielemans from Monaco? And Ole just completely just missed the fact that this guy was a top dog.
You know why we missed him?
Unbelievable.
Because in the words of my Don Saeed, this is Manchester United Football Club. We do these things. You know what I mean? How you get offered Tielemans and say no?
That is idiocy.
And he played against us. That's the thing. He played against us and balled out.
This is a catastrophic mistake. And Ole might know that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, man, when we were talking about, if you look at him now, Tielemans can do it all now. Ideally, I'd go for CAMAVINga.
Me too.
See, here's the thing is, I've not even seen a lot of CAMAVINga, but I would take him.
I'd go for him. And you know, no, it's not on this thing where I'm going to be pretending like I've seen lots of him. But the fact is, the guy can move up and down on the pitch. He can be taught. So for me, you go for somebody like that. But then you know what? Though? I'm not going to lie. I feel sorry for them, Man United brothers, Garner and them not.
Yeah,
them man are getting showered on.
Yeah.
Well, Garner went. He was at Watford last season and he wasn't good.
He's got to take his chances.
He wasn't good.
An impressive preseason. For me, I go CAMAVINga as well because I know he plays as an 8, but I went to look. I watched a few of his France games. I watched his PSG games, the games he played against PSG, and he's not good going forward. He can carry the ball 20, 30 yards.
Yeah,
but once he gets into the higher positions up the pitch, it's then a 5-yard, 10-yard pass to a better player. There's he don't have a key pass in him. He doesn't have an assist in him. Like he can't play a final ball. He only plays as an 8 so he can press high up the pitch. That's literally the only reason. And he's pacey, so you'll often see him be one of the first players to close down a player. Now, if we bring him in and put him as a 6, and instead of having this vertical press, have it as a horizontal press instead, where it's like you only press this area here. I want to see you pressing up in the opposition half. If we can get him disciplined enough, which he's 18, he should be able to learn. Like if we can get him to just stick to pressing in a certain area, I think he can be great. I'd love to bring him in.
18, and I've heard a lot about him. Like I said, like you, Mikey, I've not seen a lot of him, but from what I've seen and when I spoke to people who watch him, they say, yeah, he's a good player. Again, though, you're talking for, I think that's a steal. That's a steal. For an 18-year-old, that's a steal. That's a steal. Because even if you have him, he's 18, if you have him for what, 10 years, you know what I'm saying? He still has a sell-on value.
Yeah, he's still keeping for 4
years. 4 years, 5 years,
He's still got a sell-on value. Like and you're gonna get, if someone's coming in for him, chances are you're gonna get more than the 25 mil. Probably gonna double, at least double what you got for him. So like, that's how you have to look at it.
That is, Go on. Fluffed up the Jude Bellingham thing. Do you
know
what I mean? Like, listen.
Here's the thing is though, we're talking about CAMAVINga coming in, and what you said is right about him coaching, but we've seen how our top players, never mind youngsters coming through, have suffered. And we've seen our players like suffer. We've seen all our attacking players at moments look bad. I say this all the time. All of our top stars have been criticized by our own fans at some point, whether it's Bruno, Rashford, Pogba, Sancho. Martial. Well, not Sancho yet, but that'll happen. Martial, Greenwood, Cavani. And I'm like, all these players can't be bad. Look at the names I just listed off. They're quality attacking players.
All he needs to be braver in what he's doing now, because it's like, it's getting to the point where we had Lampard last season with Chelsea. It's like you got all these signings, and obviously we're nowhere near the number of signings that Chelsea got last season. But it's like you're getting everything you want. You've got the centre back, two centre backs now that you wanted. You got the right back.
That's your back line, no?
You got the number 10
because Henderson's in goal. That's your line. That's your back line.
You got the 10. You got the right winger. You brought in Cavani. You might potentially now bring in a defensive midfielder. So I don't understand why he signed a new contract, because this is make or break. Like, if he fluffs his lines this season with how we've backed him, you have to get rid of him. So that's why I don't understand why he's.
Before we get into it, because he is definitely going to fluff his lines. What are the lines? I'm sorry, I'm just not with this Ollie thing. But yeah,
what you think he's going to fluff his lines?
Do you have faith in him? What's the lines? What we expect?
We need to be closer to City. I'm not saying win the league, but we didn't challenge for the league this season. Anybody
fell
that
off,
says,
didn't he? That's the best way to describe it. We were there. We could have done the home run.
So we expecting
to change that. You're saying, talk.
Be closer to City. So we're saying be closer to City or closer to whoever's at the top.
You have
what
to
else
have
you saying? So what are the this guy don't have the minerals for that, man. He's inside, man. It's him.
Does he manage the team or
it's him?
The rest of the staff. What I don't like is this little boys club that's going on.
Yeah, jobs for the boys.
You know what I mean?
All right. So what are the lines?
So that's got us.
So stop that. It's cool.
For me, they just need to calm down with all that nonsense. But what I can say to you is Manchester United like to put out that they've done everything themselves. I'll tell you where I got the information from, but they do like to do that. So they like to say, right, we've got that person like this. It's all us. I'm saying what, like, so that's why he's got his people in there. It's not like it's not particularly an arrogant thing, but would there be the magnitude of the club, as in historically, they like to say, right, we've done this. So they ain't trying to listen to a Tux or a Mikey or a Flawless.
They need to because Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna. They're not telling you the things, bro. Like, you can't get to 100 minutes in the European final and not make a substitution. It's not one of them man sat on the bench with you saying, "Yo, come on, bro." Like, you know what I mean? No one's telling you nothing. You play FM and the assistant manager will give you tips on what to do. You know, bring this man on. Play Football Manager and the assistant manager might give you a tip or two in it. No one's telling you, bro. Bro, no, none of these men are telling you,
the assistant manager does pop up with stuff saying things. They'll give you tips.
You can just click on it now and just follow his advice. You get me? So what? None of these men saying, bro, we're 100 minutes in now. You have to make it. Like, come on, bro.
And how come everybody who's watching the game, whether United fan, Villarreal or else, is make a change? Everybody can see we need to make a change. And you have options. You have a plethora of options on the bench, and you refuse to use any of them.
Will tell you he has no options.
Yeah, he has, but we have one of the best benches in the league. Our bench is better than Liverpool's bench.
You definitely have options. I can tell you 3 different things you could have done.
You could have done multiple things. You know what you did? You revert back to type Freddie McTominay. That's what you did, because he's a safe manager. So when I say he fluffs his lines, we're gonna gauge what them lines are, and then we'll see. So you're saying be closer to City or closer to the top?
For me, you have to be closer to first. I'm not saying win the league.
All right, so closer to first.
You have to
saying single digits.
Single digits.
Okay,
you have to actually challenge.
Single digit? No, like, I want to see an actual.
Oh, so you want more? Okay, so
listen, in my game, you see when you sprint for line 100 meters, you either get the guy that just runs off, or it's literally like neck and neck like that. That's what I'm saying. If you're wrestling, you think that not like WWE business. I'm talking like
Olympic wrestling.
You think I'm just gonna let some guy just slap me in the face?
That's Ollie though.
I'm going to war, man. Man, I'm just gonna do all them
things. He ain't got it.
For me, and it's not old school. It's just a winning mentality. Because I heard this on somewhere. I think it was Angry Man or something like that. Angry Man podcast. Yeah, everything you do in life is pretty much a competition.
Yeah.
From when you're born, when you're a little tadpole going in, that's a competition. Just that turns out that me and my bro, beat off the rest of them. You get where I'm coming from. So it's not like I'm saying, oh well, Ollie's the this or Klopp's this down the other and blah blah blah. That's why the Liverpool fans were disappointed, because he went to war and then it just fell off. We went in, we were top of the league, and then City were behind us. And Batty's fell out a door.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
that comes from
Squeaky
that comes from the
bum time,
manager.
that's what it is.
So
Batty fell out, you know
you're
what I
saying
mean?
within single digits.
Single digits.
You're saying for United to go to
finished
Raw.
8 points behind.
Okay, well, so we've established that.
Yeah, I
Go
agree
on.
with that. though. I'm with that.
Okay.
It's got to be like 8
Yeah.
points.
All
or
right, so
5
we'll say
points.
single
And
digits.
Liverpool, by the way.
Single
And
digit finish from
Chelsea.
the top. Yeah, okay. So be in the race. Anything
Yeah.
else? Like what else does he have to do?
You have to win a trophy. I don't care if it's League Cup,
FA Cup.
FA Cup. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's Europa. Hopefully not, but you know, you at least get into the latter stages, the semi-final of the Champions League. Like you absolutely have to win a trophy or get into the latter stages of the Champions League. Like there's no excuse now. There's
And
absolutely zero.
Use
excuse.
his bench properly.
Use
Like,
your
I'm missing,
team.
yeah.
All right. So
I
win it.
keep
So battle for the league, win a trophy, whether it's a FA Cup or a League Cup. Utilize your bench. Anything else?
And one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
Then
I'm just trying to gauge the
somebody-
lines.
Getting somebody that actually knows what they're doing in the backroom staff. Like,
Okay,
I need-
improve coaching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
Okay.
to see someone be a top level savage. Go and get an Italian man. I'm telling you, or get one of them Spanish dons.
Go
You
just
know
go
what I
get
mean?
someone
Like,
with
no,
someone with the
not one
credentials.
matter, though. Not one matter.
Nah,
'cause
go
that's
get
a
someone with
boy comes in.
credentials who's been somewhere else.
Yeah.
Who actually you can look at their
Listen,
CV and go get
Flawless,
such
how
as
do you think I learn how to coach? Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think I know? Do you think when I'm like my same? I know it's kind of off the subject, but it's on the same line. Yeah. So my niece has just gone to Estonia.
Hey.
with
love to your
GB,
niece and that.
sprinting, the relay team. The things didn't happen well in the season because due to COVID and all that.
Yeah.
Do you think I use that as an excuse to say, yo, you going?
Yeah.
She didn't get to run because she didn't get selected. But at the same time, I said, listen, you know what it is? She knew what it was. Like, them girls ran faster at the time. She didn't get a chance to run.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but they ran faster. So now we have to go back. I have to whoop all their asses.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But it might not happen. But at least I give it a go. So I don't seek all that information myself.
Yeah.
I go chat to my boy, go chat to a strength and conditioner,
You do your
go
research.
do my research, man.
You do your
all
due
they
diligence.
want, man, is
But
standard.
that's something that
It's
big
standard.
Manchester United don't do, because the same issues we've had these entire issues all his entire reign. It's not like these are new when they
true,
popped up.
yeah,
He was using his bench and then all of a sudden the bench got worse and he started all these issues. It's not an issue that we don't create chances, we don't score goals, we never look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what 11 for City or Liverpool play, it looks the same.
Yeah.
It looks the exact same.
Yeah.
For me, like try and be creative or take a risk. Like in that Europa League final, Marcus Rashford was having a torrid game.
Yeah.
Pull him off, bring on Ahmad. Pull him off, bring on Tellez and put him left wing.
Do
Like,
something.
Try
Put him on left wing.
something. You know what I mean? Try
do
something,
yeah.
please. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to see this sort of like
That was
Southgate.
torrid, man.
Southgate does it like
Torture.
he'll take off Harry Kane but put on Marcus Rashford, and it's just a like for like swap. You brought him on to do the exact same thing that Kane was doing. You know what I mean? Like, try something, try to affect a game whilst the game is happening. You know what I mean? Like, that goes a long way. If you don't win a trophy, but I see that you're trying things and being creative, and like, I can give you a bit of a pass for certain things, but that's not there whatsoever, bro. But now you've got the squad and the bench. There's no excuse.
All right, so we've drew the line. So be closer to the top of the table, win a trophy, utilize your bench to the fullest, getting improved coaching stuff, like get someone in the know-how. All right, out of those four things, Talks, how many of them do you genuinely believe he does? That's my point. See, the reaction right there tells you what you need to know. Mikey, we'll go to you. Out of those four things, I'll answer the question. All right, what two will he do?
I think he won't do the coaching stuff.
All right, so that's one down.
He won't win. I think he can win a trophy.
With a favorable draw, I agree.
Yeah, and I think he can do better with the rotation. He has to do better with the rotation because
rotation, draw, and what about the single figures off the top?
I can't tell you. I'm not gonna lie.
With the way I think I see City and Chelsea potentially improving with them both signing a striker, or signing an attacking back. It is. Like, if Chelsea sign Haaland with what they already have, we ain't finishing above them. City, I don't think we finish above them with the squad they have now. They just won the league without a striker. So if you add a Grealish, a Harry Kane, or whether it's Pep goes and gets someone else to play that false nine, or he goes and gets an actual number 9. So I think the best, I've already said this, the best we can finish is 4th. I even think we finish above Liverpool, because they'll come back with a vengeance. They've just signed, they signed Konate, so I think they'll be defensively stronger as well. Van Dijk's
He's always
back.
injured though.
Yeah, I'm hoping his injury record does continue, so he doesn't play. As I'm saying, larger Peter as well in the comments who's saying we come in, he's a Chelsea fan. We'll soon find out. So yeah, look, out of the 4 things we just named, we're saying 2, maybe 1.
Yeah, Chelsea are gonna.
I have no faith in this. I have zero faith in this manager. I see people talking about us. Yeah, people talking about United winning the league, and I'm like, with this manager,
I don't know, man.
like if we had a better manager, different conversation. This is why I'm not even excited about these signings. I'm gassed from an individual.
If you come straight out from the gate and be pragmatic and be like, we'll bring the noise, then of course we got a chance of winning the league, but we're actually winning it. I don't know.
No, not with this manager.
I don't think the momentum. I don't know if we carry on that momentum as well, especially with. And this isn't a disrespect, but keeping. I think Dan James has his uses, but he will be playing him too much and all that.
If he gets in the team, something's gone off with all the attacking players we have, especially if Diallo doesn't go out on loan.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that.
So you got Rashford, you got Sancho, you got Pogba, you got Greenwood, you have Diallo. All 5 of them. All 5 of them can play either, but even if he doesn't, you still got.
I think he's done him in there, man.
Still got Greenwood, Sancho, Pogba, Rashford to play in those wide positions. There's no way Dan, unless it's a League Cup game or a Champions League game and we're already through in the group stages. I don't know why, or it's an FA Cup game against lower league opposition. I don't know why Dan James should be starting. He shouldn't even really be on the bench.
He won't start, Dan James.
And I hope to never see him start again. Bring you
I'm
on
not saying
79 minutes. I'm all for that, innit?
Yeah, all that type of things. Like that's what I'm saying. I just don't trust this manager to do the correct things. Like you said, utilize his bench. Like I heard rumors of this was like last week about he's gonna go to an attacking formation. Why? All of a sudden, are you gonna go to an attacking formation? What has changed in the summer months that all of a sudden you want to go to an attacking formation?
If he brings in a defensive midfielder that's competent, I can see him moving to more.
I really don't. I have zero faith because this guy doesn't utilize what he has now. So if you give him better tools, I don't think we're going to get better results in that sense. We're individual brilliance FC. We rely on individual. Like, what do you say? We are cardio and vibes. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? We are cardio and vibes. That's what we train.
Still not got his surgery, bro. Like, Rashford's not going to get.
Do you think he's going to do it?
I think
he's going to be on one with Sancho and like gun fingers and that.
Like, I'm not hearing,
doing it.
I'm not hearing anything that's indicating that he's going to get surgery, bro. I feel like Ollie's spoken to him and asked him to go again.
I think he's not listening.
Go again FC, innit? That's what we do, innit? Yeah, I just like people. Yes, I'm aghast about Sancho coming in, absolutely, because he's as a player, individual, brilliance, age, price, all of that. He's what we need as well. Same with Varane. He's what we need. Top quality player. I've been a big fan of Varane from when he was young. Well, I just don't trust his manager to implement these players correctly. Yeah, that's my problem. Yeah. This is why people are like, oh, why don't you think we can win the league? Because of the manager we have. Someone asked me that. Someone said, oh, do you believe United can win the league? I said, with his manager, absolutely not. And I said this last week, me and Stroll was talking about it. And I said, think about it with United winning the league. That means that Ollie would have had to finish above Pep's Manchester City, Tuchel's Chelsea, and Klopp's Liverpool. Right. That is ridiculous. Imagine that. He did that.
It's a tough ask.
If he did that, and I think Rand said it, he's like, yo, all managers are overrated. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, like managers, we give too much credit. There's no much, I'm saying it, no, there's no such thing as a world-class manager if that happens. No chance. If he finishes above all of those three, Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel.
Yeah.
He finished above, like.
Yeah, one of them, yeah, if they have a bad season, yeah.
Why is it a bad season for them?
For Liverpool, their season was awful. If they had a regular, if they had a regular season, we don't finish above him last season. Yeah, that's my point. It takes them to
again. You know that, right?
For a couple of them, I just don't see all three of them happening. Because everybody didn't. Obviously, Chelsea had Lampard. Because Chelsea had Lampard and Liverpool had a bad season. Last season was our chance to try and put pressure on City. Yeah. And if we was in touching distance towards the back end of the season, they got a Champions League final they're looking forward to. Yeah. They might have took their eye off the ball and maybe we sneak and win it. But we just let them go off scot-free and they were comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. That they're not dogged. Like Solskjaer don't look at something and he just doesn't. He's not like running it down. And that's what you need to be. Do you know what I mean? Like
he don't have the cojones. Like even in games, we see it. Like take a risk.
Nah, because he won't change the bench.
Throw everything at it. He don't even do it in a
game. Donny Van de Beek. Van
so,
der Beek can't even get 2 minutes.
So that's on a
That's
micro
a
level.
mad-
If we're
that's,
drawing or
yo.
losing the game, he won't even throw everything at it. So on a macro level over the season, asking him, "Oh, City are in the latter stages of this tournament. Put the pressure on." He won't. He can't even do it in a game. Never mind in the season.
Yo, that's
he
and
will be
this is
the
my
undoing
point.
of us.
And that's my point
But that's
overall.
why
And
we
he's got
shouldn't
a
have
new
given him another
contract,
contract.
you know.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to.
But-
All right, go on, then,
He's got a
Mikey.
new
Speak on it.
contract.
New deal. Yeah, me. Ollie's at
Here's
the
why
wheel.
I'm not mad that he's got a new contract because I knew he's got one, but I didn't realize that. I knew he was going to get one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why I was disappointed is that I heard that his contract runs out next year. Is it?
Yes. Yeah, it was next
So
year.
why are we giving him one now?
Because we're Manchester United Football Club.
Because you just got.
It doesn't make sense.
Because we're Manchester United
I'm
Football Club.
No, I'm saying it makes sense to a certain extent, but you just didn't need to do
It
it.
didn't need to do it.
Yeah, that is Manchester United Football Club, the Glaziers, and that. I just don't.
The thing is, nobody was going to come in and get him.
That's we were saying this on Saturday. Like, it's not like a player. For players in the last year of his contract, like he could be, he can get poached.
Yeah,
you can approach him in January, but no one's coming in for Ollie. Like, you don't need to do this. And if he has a terrible season and finishes outside of the top 4, you shot yourself in the foot because now you have to get rid of him and give him this payout of however much it's going to be. Now, just let's see, like, earn your contract.
Yes.
But
This is a season we've give you XYZ, earn your new contract.
Yes.
They don't care about paying him out though, because he's cheaper than a flipping.
He's cheaper than
he's cheaper than a
bro.
flipping Conte and everything. Or whether
Maybe they did it for a vibes thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
because that's what we are.
Lift up morale. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't know.
That's his man to keep the vibes up. You know what I'm saying? New
Him
deal.
trying to coach Varane is just funny to me. Like,
Yeah, and then all this talk and people saying, "Oh, Varane wanted to come to United," and people were saying, "Ollie can't attract man." No, Varane wanted to come to Manchester United because we are Manchester United in name. Let's not get that mistaken. He's not going to another club that Ollie's at. He can't do at Ancelotti at Everton and get a James to come in or Alan. Like, let's keep it real. Like, if he's at Cardiff, he's not drawing in a top quality player. But because it's Manchester United and we pay big money as well, that helps. Shout out to Stroh. He says he says he's too scared to lose his dream job. He isn't being ruthless. New contract is insane. His in-game management is awful.
It's terrible.
There we go. And just to anyone who's Ollie in, notice how all the rivals, were so happy about Ollie's new deal. It tells you all you need to know.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. I multiple because I
talked the curly finger, will he? Like, yo, come over.
Because I talked to multiple fans of other clubs. They were all ecstatic about it. Happy. Arsenal, Chelsea. That's Lewis is still in the chat. I was with Lewis on the day it happened. Liverpool, City. Yeah, give him a lifetime contract.
Lewis was having a field day. He's a Chelsea fan. Lewis was having a field day.
Loved it.
Yeah, he's gassed. It's like, you're right. You man re-signed to Ollie. Yeah, okay, cool.
Absolutely over. Give him a lifetime contract. That's what I hear all the time. Like I said, I talked to a lot of rival fans. Even QPR fans were singing, you get me? Ollie's at the wheel in a preseason game.
Oh, yeah, they licked us down, didn't they?
Someone signed a contract and got licked down.
Yeah. That's typical Manchester United. But yeah, before we move on, obviously we still got to talk. We're going to the Pogba situation as well. See that there's so much going on that Pogba's actually an afterthought. Already an hour into the show. We'll start with you. Thoughts on that he could leave. Do you want him to stay? PSG is looking like is the most likely destination if he does leave. Do you keep him and lose him on a free? What's your thoughts?
I want him to give us another season. I want him to he's the best midfielder in the world.
Okay.
As an all-round midfielder, I don't think anybody comes close to him. Like, yes, you have better number 10s, you have better number 6s, you might have a better number 8. He's doing all three in the same game. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have anyone that comes close to him. For him to now have Maguire and Varane behind him, potentially Bruno and Martial and Rashford.
You really on this Maguire thing, innit?
Okay. Yeah. For him, bro, because
Harry Beckenbauer,
he used to pick up the ball from Phil Jones,
that was true,
and have to try and fire it into Lukaku ahead of him, and his only option was Valencia on the right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got a point.
He's been through the ringer with us, bro. Like, he's like a player. Imagine you have all the quality he has, and your option is Valencia on the right and Ashley Young on the left. And a Lukaku who the ball won't stick with,
and a Fellaini.
Yeah, bro. Like, I understand. Like, Ollie's like Pogba is Ollie out, and people don't understand that in it. He don't rate what's going on. So I think he's just sitting down, seeing what we do in this summer, because we sold him a dream when he came in. We told him we were going to do XYZ, and we didn't do XYZ. So I think he's waiting to see what we do this summer, and I think he wants to give us another year and see what happens. But I'd potentially lose him on a free. Like,
Okay,
let's see what we can
Fingers.
do this year with him. I think if we do well, he'll sign.
you do run that risk. Yeah, if it comes up to January and we are playing well
Yeah,
and it's looking
I
better,
think
he
he'll
will.
sign.
Or even if we have sacked Oli by then and a proper managers come in, could persuade him to
Yeah,
stay.
because you got to think this is going to be his last big contract. What, he's 28 now. He's going to sign a new contract wherever he goes for the next 4 or 5 years. That's carrying him into his 30s. Like this, he wants to win things. He wants, especially the Champions League. So he's probably just waiting it out and seeing what happens. So I'm all for it. If we lose him on the free, we lose him on the free. Like,
what are you saying, Mikey? Thoughts on it?
I think he's staying, me.
You think he's staying? Okay, you said that very confidently. Why do you think he's staying?
I think he's staying. I mean, Pete, did you not see what the PSG fans said?
Yeah, they ain't having it. They
don't want him. His mum's saying that he don't want him over there. I don't know what he says. Something to do with.
It's because his mum said something about Marseille, innit? Because I don't know if she's a Marseille fan.
Apparently, the family of Marseille fans.
Okay.
Yeah. Zidane's not a huge fan of him. No, I think he stays, even if he's running his contract down. At the minute, there's just nowhere for him to go.
Literally.
And that's it, really. For me. Like,
apart from PSG is legit his only.
I mean, but isn't it that they have to sell 3 players in order to get him in anyway?
Yes,
who are they going to get rid of? Paredes and that. I'll take him though. He's a don, I think.
Yeah.
Verratti's a don baller as well. But
I'm
just straight down the middle. I just don't see where he can go.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's as greedy as people make out to be. Like, me and Oriola's a different guy, innit?
I don't think he's greedy. I feel like, get all the money you can. Like, why are you not supposed to?
Me and Oriola.
We act like other agents don't take agent fees, innit? Like,
of course.
We act like it's just a Oriola thing. Like, all the agents take agent fees.
Yeah, standard procedure, 20% and all that.
It's a problem when Pogba and Oriola do it. But United fans say this and give Pogba all his stick, but then want Haaland to come in. Who's Haaland's agent?
Oriola, innit?
So I don't understand. Like, you just don't like Pogba in it.
Just say so.
You just say it, but stand on that in it, because you'll say that, and then you're also talking about you want Haaland in, bro. Like, his agent's real.
Man, I'm going wild for Haaland, though. And I'm saying, got the same age, and he's younger.
Yeah,
you know, one of them. So you potentially got more than that back and forth to come in. Yeah, exactly. You know, go on. But at the minute, in a situation where we're at now, the only ones that have got that sort of pay, that mega pay, is Chelsea and City. Yeah, and even they're a little bit and ahhing about with some of the money and stuff like that. I think Chelsea will probably go for Lukaku anyway over Haaland in the end.
Inter are saying they're not going to let him go. But like with Pogba, it's like he's impossible to replace. Like, you need 2 or 3 players.
And who do you go and get? That's them 2 or 3. That's the problem.
That's
2 or 3 available.
At least 2 players to replace him.
Yeah.
So we can't have a summer where we're bringing in Sancho and Varane and then letting Pogba go. That's not a good window. Because now we're on the back foot. Now we got another season of Fred and McTominay. Nah, I lose him on a free. I'd rather lose a
madness as well.
I'd rather lose him on a free than have this Fred and McTominay thing this season.
I think losing him on a free,
I do agree with that.
Embarrassment overall to the club.
Yeah,
like, for me, like, I get what you're saying, because on the whole, losing him on a free again, I'm like, you idiots are just lost him again on a free. That's a madness. It doesn't matter what decade it was. I'm like, how can you lose him on a free twice? You're obviously not giving him what he thought. Sorry, you sold him Madrid. You know what I mean? You told him that pop-up book. It weren't finished yet. Do you know what I mean?
And that's more embarrassing for me, because you brought in Paul Pogba, and like I said, you had him receiving the ball from Phil Jones and distributing it out to Ashley Young on the left hand side. Like, bro, that's more embarrassing for me, innit? Like, this will be the first season where you've actually got moving parts around him that match up.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
You don't have to carry the whole team.
I'd rather have that 12-month run. I'd rather give him the next 12.
I think you've sold me on it. You know, I'd rather lose him on a free.
Might as well, bro.
Because I just thought about the Fred McTominay thing.
You just wasted 4 years of his life. Imagine how Pogba feels. No one says this, innit? Like, imagine how Pogba feels, bro. You just wasted 4 good years of his life. He's at the peak of his talents. Look how he plays when he goes to France.
Yes.
You've wasted 4 years of his life having him picking up the ball from Phil Jones, playing next to McTominay and Fred. And you get me, like Matic. And bro. Nah, man. Yeah, like we took the living out of him. Like, we took the mick out of him, innit? Yeah. Really and truly. So if he wants to wait and see what's going to happen, I'll risk losing him on the free. It is what it is.
Hey, and big up to everyone who is locked in via the YouTube. Please make sure, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, you hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. We're also on DAB radio as well. So big up everybody who's listening in via more traditional radio means. Make sure you retune your DAB radio. So you have multiple ways, or you can just go to the website piradio.co.uk, and you can listen in via there. And ample ways to listen or watch. So yeah, make sure you tune in, people. Big up everyone who is supporting.
Crew, man.
Yeah, man. Larger. But yeah, one question before we move off the Manchester United, because so much is going on, and obviously we're coming into the second hour now. So Mikey, everybody's fit. The attack. No, actually, everyone's fit in the squad. We'll have 2 questions. What formation are you playing? Number 1, and number 2, what's your front 3?
I don't even know what formation.
All right, front 3. Give us your front 3 first. What was your front? What would be your front 3?
Cavani
up top.
Martial
from the left,
and then Sancho
from the right. So man, okay, all right.
So yeah, that's what I'd go for.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Talks to you.
For me, I go 4-3-3. The guy in net.
Oh, this guy giving a full team. Let's go. Then go on.
Luke Shaw, Maguire, Varane, Wan-Bissaka. In the 6, hopefully we bring in the 6. If not, I put Matic in.
Okay.
I think he can still do a job in the 6 in the Premier League, in League Cup, FA Cup games. Like then you can put McTominay in and whatnot. But me, I put Matic in.
Yeah.
Obviously he's in a 3, so we'll have Pogba there and Bruno there as 2 8s. Like they can help out. Pogba likes to be deep anyway.
Yeah.
Up front, I have Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, and I have Martial up top. And you man just.
Yeah. The front 3. The reason why I choose both the specifically front 3, because the options we have there is crazy. Like there's not a front 3 I disagree with.
Yeah.
As long as
for me, you want Cavani off the bench.
I hear that.
If we're in dire straits, then we can get the crosses in the last 20 minutes and whatnot. But just the game, just having them 3 interchanging, I just think it would be sexy. Yeah. When we used to have Giggs and Ronaldo just randomly popping up on each other's wings, like that was sexy. So I'd like to see things like that.
No, 100%. All right,
interesting. Yeah,
I hear that, but we will move on again, people. The last half hour or so, last 20 minutes, we will answer any questions you have. But yeah, we'll go on to next time. This is again probably the longest running story before the Sancho deal was confirmed. Is Haaland to Chelsea? So yeah, Tox, we'll go back to you. What's your thoughts on that? Haaland to Chelsea. Do you think it will happen? And 2, let's say hypothetically it does happen. How do you see him fitting in at Chelsea, and how does he affect them?
I don't see it happening because they've just lost Sancho. Dortmund are known for digging their heels in. And they've already come out and said we're not prepared to lose both of them. And which is why I wanted us to sign Sancho quickly, because it's like if Chelsea put in a crazy offer and get Haaland, they're not letting Sancho go.
That could have slowed down.
And you know that for a fact with Dortmund. So I don't see them letting Haaland go. If Chelsea do get him because they put in 200 mil bid or whatever, it's a wrap for the league. Like they win the league in it.
So you reckon if they do sign him, he's that player to take them over the top?
Because you're taking out Werner and putting in someone that can actually finish.
Talks is when I've been talking to the Chelsea fans, because I do talk. There's a lot of Chelsea fans on my channel. It's mad. It's like Chelsea fan TV 2.0, but we moved.
Is it? Them up in
so many Chelsea. Because you know what it is? You know who it is? It's Lewis's fault. That's what it was. Because Lewis, shout out Carefree Lewis. For those that don't know, he's one of the biggest, one of the best YouTubers anyway, but one of the biggest Chelsea fans. And he was, fantastic. And he was one of the first Chelsea fans to come onto the channel.
Yeah.
Actually, he was the first. So he was the first.
Shout out Lewis.
So Lewis is like, kind of like bring people with. I don't even know how it happened. Next thing I know, I'm looking around them on a watch along, and the 6 man, including me, and 5 of them are Chelsea fans. I'm like, what is going on, yo? Chelsea fans everywhere. I did the Jamaica USA Gold Cup watch along, me and another Don Chelsea fans. Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And that. Yeah, man, this is a shame they lost yesterday. But back to the point about Chelsea. They're saying that it'll be Havertz, Werner, and another.
So they're saying
actually, because Chelsea have a problem actually, because if Tuchel wants to play the 3-5-2, then it's out of either Werner, Havertz, or Mount has got to miss out that front 3.
Tuchel don't give a damn, no. That's what I like about him.
But who does Tuchel? Because the thing is,
out Mount.
Yeah, I'll take out Mount.
And personally, I would take no. Personally, I would take out Mount. But what I'm saying is, what will Tuchel do? I know Tuchel's a big fan of Mount. What do we think Tuchel does?
What I'm saying is, Tuchel isn't the type to. He's not sentimental like that. He'll bench Mount, just tell him what the crack is, and just carry on and just play Haaland.
And especially if you bring Haaland in, like you have to ride the bench.
No. He'll definitely leave someone out. But I'm saying
the bench.
He has a headache because we know how. Even though Werner's finishing is terrible, we know how important his runs are to Chelsea's team.
Haaland does that as well very well.
And then you've
I
got.
don't know if he'll have the space that he has at Dortmund to run into, but he just loves running in.
Mow you down, though.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. Man will mow you down. But the thing is with Haaland now, if he goes to Chelsea, he's gonna have to supply.
Yes.
So that's why I'm with you. Like, they'll win the league.
Yes.
When the Chelsea they fall off a bit and then fall off.
That's what they do. They're always 18 to 24 months away from winning a trophy. That's why when they lost the FA Cup final, I was like, they're gonna win the Champions League. Neither can I.
Just savages.
Because they just win. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they're gonna pop up winning a trophy. Like under Abramovich's whole era, they haven't gone longer than 2 seasons without a trophy.
And he spun City twice. Just like that, though. Just spun him.
He did. Well,
no problem.
So you think as well, Haaland, even so on top of that,
because you think Lukaku will do the same thing, though.
You reckon he takes them over the top in the league?
Yeah, dude.
Because he gets the chance.
He would score goals.
He does not have to.
He would score the goals
into the number 10. So they're literally just telling him just concentrate on scoring goals. Like, he will get the service. Look at the service Werner gets.
Yeah, Werner does get some.
Like,
Werner does get some.
Haaland and Lukaku, they're,
I think if you give that to any top quality striker, but that being said, you both said
Liverpool, man.
If Haaland goes, I don't think they could afford him. That was the problem. If Haaland does go to Chelsea, say City do the business and get Harry Kane, who then wins the league?
That's an all-out war. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about, though.
I go Chelsea.
But I think Chelsea will actually just tip him a bit.
I'll go Chelsea.
I probably agree with you.
I think flawless, it is so flawless. So I said this at the end of the season. I said, and this is one for the obviously we're money, aren't we? I said to a City fan, so wait a minute. So if Mount wins the Champions League, does that mean he's better than Foden? No, it doesn't. No. But I'm saying, Foden got the Young Player of the Year, right? Yeah. But I'm saying, so now that Mount won the Champions League and City have never won it. Yeah. But Chelsea have won the league, but he's not won it. He's just won like one of the penultimate ones. Does that make him better than Foden? No. Then he plays better. Then he features more in the Euros over Foden. So I'm saying, right, so if people are going, Mount's hype, right? Yeah. So then that means Foden's height, right?
Yeah. Mount featured more, but he looked terrible for the whole.
No, I'm saying he didn't play well. And then I think he was scared to give him the curly finger. Rooney says that flipping Foden can't play in the England team. Of course he can if you play him on the left wing. Don't matter what he plays, I can't say. I'm just saying, like, when you get somebody like Haaland, whether Mount's playing on the pitch or not, my man's bagging. If he's on the pitch, the guy's bagging. Yeah. So I think they topple City because Harry Kane, anyway, you seen what he's like. He had the supply anyway, didn't he? Yeah. Just didn't really.
But even if City signed Grealish, say it's not Kane, you still favor Chelsea.
I think Kane stunts City's play, like how they play.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Go on, what?
I don't like how Harry Kane plays in it, and this is just my thing with strikers. I don't want my striker in the number 10 position.
Right.
I don't want
for City though. It could work because of how they play.
He drops back, right?
Because he'll score goals.
You've still got Sterling there and whatnot, but like, I just don't like how he plays. I think he messes up their rotation. I think they're better off without a Kane. You're better off signing somebody else who can just get on the end of these low crosses that you guys put into the back.
Kane in the Champions League for Man City.
I think that's where the problem. I think that's where the problem.
Lukaku for Chelsea.
I think that's where the problem arises.
Champions League and the league, and Haaland and Lukaku, if they both went over there. Here's the thing with Lukaku, yeah. People are giving, he's not World Cup. I don't want to hear your lyrics, yeah. Right. As a striker, he does his job.
He does.
I don't like the way he plays football. It's undesirable to me. But the guy is a bad man. You understand what I mean? Nice. So if you talk, I look at Harry Kane in a similar format, but I accept that he
scores so many. Like one thing he will do at City
from number 10,
he scores so many goals. How many? Look at how many goals and assists he gets playing for Spurs. Whether it was under Mourinho, who plays bad football. I think was he not the top goal scorer on this? Did he not get like 20 goals and 20 assists this past season? Playing with just Son.
Yeah.
It was just Son.
You gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit.
It was under, and we know we're United fans. We know what it's like under Mourinho when it gets bad. So if he's getting 20 goals and 20 assists for Spurs, and he has been consistently doing that, if you put him in that Pep system where they have more of the ball, he's in the Premier League. He'll do bits. I do agree with you both in terms of Haaland. I think to Chelsea tips it to Chelsea, despite who City get, but all out war. And they would run him close. I think where Harry Kane falls down for City is the Champions League because Jan doesn't want Kane. Like she's openly spoke about this, not at all. She is really like harsh on him. But I get her point. Yeah. She's just like, I don't want him. Yeah, she was like the trophy signing that trophy dodger.
I'm saying if you add Grealish to it, he already plays with Sterling.
That's the biggest signing for City.
And I think Grealish is a better signing
than Kane. Yeah.
Imagine Grealish in the false nine. Yo, them man. I think Grealish in the false nine for them puts them in a bad stead. Maybe not in the Premier League, but in the Champions League, I agree.
Do you know what answer the question? Yeah, I don't want Haaland. I don't want Harry Kane. I don't want flipping Lukaku going to City, Chelsea, or City or Chelsea. Yeah. I don't want. Ideally, I wouldn't want that to happen for any of them because Villa's just offered Jack Grealish 200 grand a week.
Oh, is that actually true?
Well, that's what they're saying. Okay. Allegedly, I was going to say, but if that is it. Why would he? I don't know, man. That guy can play football. Just the way he expresses himself, I think Kane works. That's what I'm saying to you. Because people just talk about Kane himself, but that's why they want the both of them. It's not just about Kane.
Or if they sign Kane and Grealish, that's cheap. That's the City. Like that's advantage Manchester City if they sign them both. Do I believe they'll sign them both? No.
I don't want Haaland to go to Chelsea. One bit.
I really don't see Haaland moving this summer.
Yeah, Akko P says Pep doesn't fancy Sterling anymore. Grealish is more like a Sterling replacement. Why does he not fancy? I know Sterling. Sterling.
I'm not hating on you, bro. But it's not true.
Yeah, Sterling just plays better when they actually have an actual nine. But this season they played with a false nine, and that hinders Raheem Sterling's game. That's all it is, and they didn't have a great season.
All he did in the Euros.
Like, we see what he was. He carried England to the final. Carried England. Season, man. Like if you take him out of that England side, they don't make it out of the group stages. I think people forget that.
And if you say that about Sterling, which granted, I'm not saying that's not true, my brother, but you have to say about Bernardo Silva because he's not been there at all. Yeah.
Talk says they want to get rid of him. He wants to leave Bernardo Silva.
He wants to leave.
Yeah. This is what I've heard. How true that is, I don't know.
Where is he gonna go?
I think he wanted to go. Where was it? Because it's when everything happened. You know, he had the racial incident.
Mendy.
Yeah, the Mendy when he made the racial comment on Twitter, but he's not. I don't think he's sat well since then.
I don't even feel like I don't even feel like the backlash that he got from that was.
He wasn't that bad, but it was enough.
The FA in it.
Yeah, the FA, and then supposedly he wants to go back to Spain as well. You gotta remember, innit, man? Yo, we Portuguese. He ain't used to rainy Manchester.
Where are you going in Spain, though, innit? Like
Atletico.
Probably somewhere like that. Probably somewhere like that.
You can't go to the top two.
I think that's crazy. But the amount of teams that you've got, I know it's slightly off subject. There's nowhere to go. That's the peas, isn't it?
It's nuts, isn't it?
It's mad. It is mad.
Crazy.
But no, I don't want Haaland to go to Chelsea because he will win the league.
Oh yeah, I think he is the missing piece. Like obviously they were linked with Lewandowski as well, and I said he takes them over the top. They signed Lewandowski, it's a wrap. Do I believe it happens though?
Number 9, like a classic number 9 Chelsea. So like Haaland actually fits them. That's the funny thing. But like I don't think he fits United. I don't see why we'd sell Lukaku and then bring in Haaland, and that doesn't make sense to me. But
we ain't bringing in Haaland, but I don't think we need a striker as well. That's the thing.
I would agree with that.
I don't think we need a striker.
When Cavani's gone next season, I think we do.
That's when you deal with that. But then that goes on Martial's form this season. Because if Martial has a bad season, and obviously we'll get onto the rumors of him leaving in a second. If Martial is then leaving, then you have to replace them both. Yeah. It's kind of like then what you do if Martial has a poor season. Yeah. I think it's make or break for him this season. He has to have a better season than what he did. He's got to 100%. There we go. Jacob P says Atletico wanted to swap Bernardo Silva with Sane Guez, but City wanted cash as their priorities and not.
All right, okay. Thanks for confirming.
Yeah, man. I knew it was something like that. I knew there was more
over the Mendy thing, though. That's
I think that's a part of it. I don't think it's solely. I don't think it's solely that. But I think him wanting to just leave as well. I'm not sure about game time and things of that nature. And he's won everything bar the Champions League, and he has been here for a strong minute. So probably
he'd be top at Athletic.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's a quality player. 100%, he's a quality player. But we'll soon find out about him. But yeah, we'll switch lanes again. Go back to United in regards to Martial.
Right.
I think this is ludicrous that he could be leaving. Like we're trying to get rid of him. How true that is? No. I hope not.
Not leave.
Top quality.
Keep Jesse Lingard, and this isn't a jab at Jesse. And not keep Martial. This guy's had one bad season. Don't get me wrong. I had my moments with him last season, but he was injured half of it anyway.
Yeah, for me, it's a mentality. Like the gay in it. Like we've seen with Martial, and I've made this point before. Anytime you bring in any sort of competition for him, and he feels like he's not your number one, he tanks mentally. So as soon as we brought Cavani in, he tanked. When we brought Lukaku in, he tanked. Like we see this happen with him over and over. And we brought Ibrahimovic in and took the number 9 of him. Like, he tanks mentally all the time. So I think that's just what we've seen happen last season, because he had a great season the season before, and then we still went and brought Cavani in, and that was a threat. That was a threat to his position. So mentally, he just went downhill. I think this season, having time off, missing the Euros, and as well seeing us bring in the players that we're bringing in, I feel like he's going to be firing in all cylinders. And I'm seeing him on social media, like, he's training, he's been running, like, he looks like he's on it. You know what I mean? So,
I think when he got sent off that game, man, he just was like, and then he got injured straight after it. He got sent off in the Tottenham game, and he just wasn't the same after it. I'm not sure he tanked over Cavani.
I feel
personally, like that's me personally. But listen, the guy's quiet. I barely see. Do you know what? Yeah, I barely see this guy out. I don't see like he doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't see him on TV. Yeah. I don't see him do no dance move. I don't see him throwing up no gang signs. I don't see him try to rap like these other brothers. You get where I'm coming from? No podcast. It's very, very difficult for me to believe any of that. No, he just had a whack season. He just needs to come correct.
He has a whack season every time we sign a striker.
Does he need to mature? And
I think that's just the inconsistency. I don't think that's on him. Well, it is on him, but I don't think it's a mental thing. I think it's just the inconsistency.
No, like, you got to think, like, his first season, he came to us, like, he scored like 17 goals. He was the number 9. You know what I mean? Then what happened? We brought in Jose came in, bringing Ibrahimovic, took the 9 off him. Bro, he wasn't the same after that.
That would take
that. Lukaku in. He wasn't the same.
I put that B in my. That'll put a B in my bonus.
But Lukaku's gone now. He has the season of his life. He looked crazy last season. He went crazy, and then what happens? We bring in Cavani, and he tanks again.
I don't think the Cavani thing is.
I don't.
I think because when I look at it, it's just like he was getting into positions. It was just his finishing was off. I think that was just him not being consistent.
For me, he's the best one-on-one finisher in the club.
Like Sterling.
I think it's just a bad. I think it was just a bad, because that's the first bad season. I'm not saying he's been good every season we've had him, but last season was the first bad season I think he's had. I don't think he's had a bad season.
Chomping at the bit, like the thought of him potentially being in a free with
Sancho
and Rashford. And he must be licking his lips like that as well, innit? So,
I think he comes back good again this season. I'd like to see another level though.
Yes, he needs to, because I know, I'm very critical of Martial, and that's why I have such high expectations, and that's why I'm so critical, because of my expectations, because I know how good you are. Like, I've seen you pick up the ball and just slap it top bins like it's normal and walk off. I'm like, you have that in your locker. That's why we're critical. But yeah, front three, a potential of like a Sancho on the right, Pogba on the left, Martial up top. That's what I want to see. That is the front three I'd love to see. Nah, I'd play that free. I think Pogba's better from the left than Rashford. I think Pogba's better from the left. I think Sancho's better from the right. And Martial's a better 9.
Rashford's been injured for a while, innit? So
he has been injured. We'll see. But even him's injuries, like I said, I don't think we have someone better on the left-hand side than Pogba. Sancho's our best right winger. Pogba's our best left winger. I think Martial's our best 9.
I want Pogba in the middle. I need Pogba in the middle.
If we go 4-3-3, then then you throw Rashford in and then play 2 8s. But I don't trust his manager to do that. You don't come with double pivot, man. Or we'll play this attacking formation. We'll get beat by someone like we did against Spurs, and then it's 4-2. Then it's McFred.
Just for the fluidity of it, I need Rashford on that left. But a fit Rashford, though, not a Rashford that you're playing against Rochdale and he doesn't need to play. Yeah,
but he's going to do that. You're going to run him into the ground. Like, he's
go on,
surgery.
Like 100%.
Yeah, Natalie says, I agree with Tox about Tony. His mentality is low when he has other strikers. He thinks he's threatening to his position. Yeah. We're soon going to find out, because Cavani's there now. So I'm expecting him to have a good season. So we are going to find out.
Depends how we start the season. If we start the season and he knows that he is the main striker in this.
He should be the number 1 striker.
So that's up to
Martial.
Yeah, that's ain't playing number 9. He's playing off the left, man.
You reckon he's playing off the left? What, even with Rashford fit?
He's playing off the left, bro.
I think so.
Even with Rashford fit?
You need to find your shooting boots.
No, because now I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm asking, so even with Rashford fit, you think Martial's playing from the left?
No, I think he's going to start Cavani.
Yeah.
You reckon he starts Cavani?
I just think he starts Cavani.
So Martial going to be on the bench?
I'd be on the left.
You know what I think?
So where will Rashford be?
I think
Rashford ain't playing yet.
Oh, no. I'm saying when Rashford's fit.
Right.
When Rashford's back fit.
Obviously, Cavani will play most of the games, and then Martial will come in. Oh, sorry, the opposite way around. I think it'll be the opposite way around. So he has to have his shooting boots on.
Yes,
but that's why I'm
hit the ground running.
I'm not disagreeing with Tots. What I'm saying is, is that if that's the case,
Yeah.
then he's going to have that problem all his life.
Yeah. But one thing is with now, it's like you're going to have a facilitator because it's like our number 10, he does get a lot of assists, but he wants to score in it.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Sancho, he actually wants to assist first
Creative.
and foremost. So to have that on the right, when you're
Problem.
if Martial's the 9 and you have that on the right, because normally whoever's on the left wants to score as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to have that on the right, that can pay dividends for him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'd like to see him in the 9. But I don't trust Ollie in it. I think he might even go with Greenwood. So I don't know in it. I don't know.
See, Greenwood's another
Greenwood
option.
ain't going in number
But someone
9
mentioned
yet.
it now as a number 9 because Akko says if Rashford is going to have the surgery, we don't even know if that's going to happen. That's Martial's chance to take his place and perform. I think Ollie wants Cavani and Greenwood as the strikers next season. We'll soon find out. Do I reckon he'll play Greenwood as the 9? Probably
with that. That's what I'm saying.
You reckon he'll play Cavani and Greenwood as the 9?
I do think them two are going to be the strikers,
Yeah, my problem is I feel like if Rashford does go for this surgery, I feel like Sancho's going to start the season on the left and Mason's going to be on the right and Cavani's going to be up top. And it's going to annoy me. But
It's going to wind you up.
I can see it.
That's why I'd flip it and I play Pogba from that side. You know what I'm saying?
I can see us starting the season like that.
And then play Sancho from the right. Like, that's what it is. Because we know Sancho's nailed on to play. We know that 100%. Like, he'll start. Rashford, when he's back, will play. So there's one place up for grabs, which is the 9. So do you go Greenwood? Do you go Cavani? Do you go Martial? But it depends on this attacking formation that he's supposed to.
9 forwards, though.
Love it. They're all quality as well. You don't even mention Diallo.
No,
That's the
what
crazy
about
part.
Palestri?
Yeah.
I think he'll go back out on loan.
Yeah.
If he loans out Diallo, I'm not going to be happy, but he ain't got a choice.
I would loan him out rather than him play. If you're not going to utilize him, if you're not going to play him, why not put him out on loan?
Is
Does he miss
Chong
game
back
time?
as well? Yeah.
Chong played in one of the preseason friendlies.
Gonna go back out, though.
I don't think Chong's it.
He's not.
I don't think Chong's it.
Doesn't fit in, does he? Really?
Stefan, obviously you joined late. Which keeper would you play? Both Mikey
Me
and Tuck
personally,
said
De Gea.
They both said De Gea.
Who do you go?
You don't like any of them. You
Nah.
got brand new goalkeeper.
Yeah,
don't
like
you?
I'm not convinced
You
because I
want
said
Tom Heaton in
I said this. I go with Lee Grant. Why? Let's see what you can do in it.
Lee
Let's
Grant,
see what
don't
you
be
can do in
rude.
it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Tom
He's a
Heaton said he wants to
goalkeeping
fight for
coach.
his
This
place.
guy's got
Like
no manners, you
here's
know.
here's the thing though. I said towards the back end of last season when we was halfway through it, I said play Henderson because we need to find out if he's good enough or not. Because I was unsure. So I'm like, play him week in, week out. I liked what I seen, yes, in parts, but then other parts I didn't. Do I believe he's good enough for where Manchester United are trying to go? What I've seen, no. This is why we've created a problem. We got 4 goalkeepers and none of them are good enough. That's a problem. That's a problem.
We got 4 goalkeepers.
Yeah, we got 4 goalkeepers.
Yeah, one's good enough.
I see. I
One's got
disagree. I think that we
potential.
talk about Martial. That's the hell.
Yeah.
Like he's.
Well, it
he
don't
said-
mean he's still not got.
I don't
good
think.
enough.
I just don't. I don't think you can switch form on and off though.
I don't think it's a switch of form. I think it's more so you're spending the summer watching what we're doing. You're watching the team build, and it's gonna motivate you. I
reckon
feel
it's gonna
I
motivate?
don't like Ollie in the slightest. You know this, bro. But I feel optimistic for this season coming. Even though I ultimately feel like Ollie's gonna mash it up.
Yeah, that's why
I
I'm
feel
optimistic.
optimistic, and I can only imagine the players.
Why not?
who
That's
feel
what I'm
that
saying.
way.
Why
Tom.
don't? What?
This guy, yo,
I don't feel
flawless
up to-
is a-
I
I'm
feel
not
very
savage.
optimistic.
I don't feel
Because
optimistic
we're-
because I
we're
know
al-
we can't do anything with
We're
this
already
manager.
individual brilliance FC in it,
Yeah.
so
We just added more individual brilliance. I'm sorry.
and that's why I'm optimistic.
Nah, I'm just like, yo, it's a vibes thing. I'm gonna enjoy it
Loads of
because we're
people
gonna score
don't
some
think Ole's
banging
good
goals.
enough, though.
Yeah, that's my point. This is why I'm not excited going into the season.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited to see certain players. So to see a Sancho, Martial, link up Pogba, to see because some of the individual goals we scored last season were incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But in terms of winning anything, am I excited for? No. To see the attacking players, yeah. But I don't even trust you to utilize them. You're gonna have me hella frustrated watching. The amount of games that I watch with Manchester United and I'm just frustrated and my watch-alongs falling asleep.
I've got faith because we got more balance in the defense. I think like we're gonna stop having the 2 defensive midfielders as a result. Obviously we've got a right winger as well, so I just feel like we're a lot more balanced. So hopefully that brings Ollie out of his shell a bit to just let us play.
Just play one of the goalkeepers, I say. That's the answer to the question. He needs to make his mind up because
Make your mind up. That's my point. Make your mind up on who is it. If it's De Gea, I won't even argue with that. Stand on it. If it's Henderson, do that. Whether it's Heaton, whoever it is, none of this chopping and changing.
Henderson.
It should be
Because
that's
what
who
he's
he
saying he's
picked.
gonna stand on, innit?
But like we said
I don't
already,
agree with
when
it.
it came to the Europa League, though, he brought De Gea straight back in. So that lets me know straight away you're not a Henderson fan. Like
yes, you're not the guy.
You don't believe in Henderson like that
but
because
now,
you played who you believed in that final.
That's true. That.
So what does that now do
De
for
Gea
Henderson?
came in out of nowhere, bro. He
Yes.
wasn't playing.
So what does that now do for Henderson's confidence coming into next season? That's why I'm saying he wrapped up.
Henderson ain't got no low. That guy's not short on confidence. You know? Yeah, what he's saying. I'm gonna take your place. That's why I like him.
But
I like that plus part.
I do like
what
that.
I'm saying is, my point is, he's done nothing to me now that warrants him starting.
Yeah.
You can't just tell a man he's starting. Like, what? Listen, I'll be like, yeah, you can start as soon as you knock him off his place.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't help Henderson's confidence, but I feel like it helps to get his confidence.
Yeah, both.
I hope
One of them has got to be benched.
I hope you both right. I hope we see a De Gea revolt. I just can't see it, but I hope I'm wrong because I didn't think we'd sign Sancho. Varane is looking very close to being done, so I didn't expect to see that. So I hope I'm wrong on this.
Just keep going. Like we need a defensive midfielder in it.
Yeah,
I know you big on this Kieran Trippier thing, but like we need a DM first and foremost in it. So
and I'll be happy with the DM.
And you lot in 5 minutes, we'll answer any questions you have. So get your questions in now. Keep them Premier League related. It can be United, it can be Chelsea, it can be Liverpool, whoever else.
Arsenal.
It can be Arsenal, whatever else. What other news?
Yeah,
we'll go. Speaking of Arsenal, lovely segue. Ben White, thoughts on it?
Ben White, 50 million. You're crazy.
Benjamin White.
No.
I'll
say it now, but you could walk into this room. It's not him that's doing it though.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's not. It's 25 million.
Yeah. That 80 mil on Maguire don't look wild anymore, innit?
Yeah.
Like
50 million. 50 M's. Why was he doing?
I have no idea.
I saw Phil Foden just run past him like it was nothing.
The thing is,
I'm not even dissing him. I'm just saying, like, because if he's 50 million, what's the other guy? Tariq
Lamptey.
What's he worth then?
That is a very valid point. If White is 50 million, where's Lamptey?
Guy is a don.
I'm a fan of Lamptey.
So he's looking like he's going over to Arsenal, right?
Ben White, yeah.
Yeah, and Lamptey left Chelsea.
Yeah. The thing is, Arsenal actually need a right back. Because Bellingham's not good enough and it's looking like he's leaving anyway. How do you go to Brighton and not look at Basuma and Lamptey? You go chat to Brighton to get Ben White.
Lamptey's injured, right?
Is he injured? All right.
Yeah,
okay, we still look to him. Right.
Season.
But yeah, it makes no type of sense. Like I'm very confused how you go to Brighton and
He's
don't look at
English, though,
Basuma.
innit?
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not, and I don't mean that in a degrading way.
Yeah,
but
I feel like the rules are changing with us leaving
Europe,
the European Union and whatnot. I think the rules are changing, so this probably is why they are going in for a Ben White. I feel like without them rules changing, they don't look twice at Ben White. That's wild. That's an English tax.
Yo, do you know what? If I was Ben White, I'd be like, you need to get me to Arsenal right now. If I was Ben White, but I don't get me wrong, I don't think he's rubbish. I just didn't see.
I didn't see the hype. Yeah, like I've watched Brighton.
Like where did that come from?
Yeah, I've watched Brighton many a times, and never at one point has Ben White been the talk of the town. Like man of the match, or Ben White had an incredible game, and I'm like, why?
But good for him. That's what I say. Go on, Ben White.
Do you think it makes any difference to Arsenal? Because obviously they've got Gabriel there, which I actually like. Gabriel.
Yeah, he's a good player.
And obviously they got Partey, even though they made Partey look terrible.
Absolutely awful.
He made himself look terrible. My man's always injured, right?
Yeah, but like
I don't want to play for Arsenal either.
It makes any difference to Arsenal's fortunes? Like, where did you see Arsenal ended up?
8th again. I think they are legit 8th, 7th. Because is he an improvement on what they have? Yeah, is Arteta going to play a back 2 or back 3? We don't know. But let's say it's Gabriel and Ben White, and then you've got Tierney. Let's say Bellingham, for instance. That back 4 is okay. Goalkeeper. Holding you can throw in there is not good enough. Yes, you got Partey in front of that, but they're looking at rumors with links with Maddison. Arsenal are just, some 7th, 8th. That's what they are now. They're a mid-table club.
Yeah, there was really a point last season where they really looked like you was looking at the fixtures and who was around them and how many points it was on, and you was like, like they really could be in a relegation battle.
No, they was. Let's not mistake
it. It looked deep.
They was in a relegation battle.
Like,
it was December and they were 5 points above the relegation zone. In the words of Troops, when he was like, 5 points. We are 5 points above the relegation zone. 5 points in December. I remember tweeting about it. And I was like, yo, I hope everyone's had a good Christmas. Make sure you eat lots, etc. And just a reminder that Arsenal are currently 15th in the Premier League, 5 points above the
He was
relegation.
looking at the teams around them and doing the math and being like, look, you lot can really sink into the bottom three.
Yeah,
like.
and you know who messed it up and revived him? Super Frankie Lampard. If Arsenal had Chelsea had a beat Arsenal that day, then I think someone went around him and he could have been like 2 points above the relegation zone.
Yeah, he gave them the confidence.
Yeah, he gave them the lifeline.
He
Frank Lampard.
They kicked on a bit after that.
Arsenal, they get me. What happened to them deserves to happen. You love to see it, man. Big up all the Arsenal fans tuned in. Like even Sasha said it here. She says because that's the Arsenal way, as you say, flawless, all for nothing. Yeah, that's what the documentary's called in that. All nothing. It's all for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Sasha don't care.
That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? The Arsenal documentary is all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? All or nothing. We know how it ends. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Fast and Furious film. We know they're going to win in the end. We know Arsenal going to fail in the end.
They might step up this season.
Yeah. Y'all didn't even know Europe in it. Yeah?
No, Europe.
Yeah, finished 7th. That's an improvement.
They really got no Europe.
No, they didn't make Europe. The furthest they going in Europe is Burnley, fam. That's the furthest they're traveling. It's Burnley. That's the furthest they're traveling. It's Burnley. Man, call me a waste man. Why am I a waste man? I said that in the truth. Why are you mad at me?
That's mad.
Man is mad at me. Because your team's like yours. Big of Kenny, he said waste man, you know. I think he's talking to me. Why?
Yo, my brother's a big
It's
Arsenal
Burnley.
fan, you know.
It's Burnley, fam. Tell me I'm lying. If I managed to get abroad, yeah, I've had more, you get me, trips away in Europe than Arsenal. If I managed to get away.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
When man was saying that Arteta was better than Ole and that, and I just thought, I thought he was.
He was the second coming of Pep. I was
Yeah, man.
at the time, where is this
Pandemic Pep, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what-
That is funny, yo.
That is mad.
AKOP, they were, man. And Darky says, God, bro, Arsenal is suffering. They are really
They
suffering.
are suffering, man.
You know what I'm saying? Back-to-back
Jeez.
8th place finishes. You know what I'm saying?
Wild, bro.
So if they
That's
finish
wild.
7th, that's a good season for them. That's one thing. Hey, you can't criticize Arteta because he's brought stability there. 2 back-to-back 8th place finishes.
That man really had me watching their watch-alongs up, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, I was watching all like 2-3 hours of their watch-alongs, bro. It was just all bands, bro. Like, oh.
Yo, Kenny, why are you mad at me? I said, what club do you support? I look at Natalie stirring the pot flawless banner on Arsenal is always top notch, so disrespectful. I just speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? That man's big mad at me. Yo. Why are you tuned in? Mad at me. Clearly, you're new here, innit? Don't hit the like button on the video as well. You know, man is big mad. Why are you mad at me, yo? Because you man finished 8th twice in a row. Why is that my fault? Someone tweeted me today, and you know what he said? The last time Arsenal, they tweeted me as a picture of 2 players, and he said, last time Arsenal were in the Champions League, the manager was playing for Arsenal, and their top striker was playing for Dortmund. That's the last time Arteta was playing in Arsenal colours, and Aubameyang was playing for Dortmund. That's the last time they were in the Champions League, you know. Oh, 5, 6. Aubameyang's never seen Champions League football.
That is rough. That is
Yo,
rough.
that's hella rough, yo.
That is
These man
rough.
couldn't even make the Europa Super Conference thing. You know the thing Spurs are in? Or you play all the minnows in Estonia and that. They didn't even make that. You know what I'm saying? When you play man in Latvia.
No, I thought they made it.
Nah, man, Spurs made that big, bro. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even make the thing. You play teams in Latvia and Estonia and Belarus. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that
He's
is
my
They're
guy.
trying to say they might have a Chelsea season where they're out of Europe. so they win.
Yeah, sure, yo.
I don't listen.
Sure.
Listen, like, the Arsenal now is nothing like the Arsenal I used to watch. That they are so far away.
Why am I mad at
So
me,
far
yo?
away.
Why am I mad
Arsenal
at me?
was so cold back in the day.
Yeah, they were.
They was,
like,
yeah.
They were cold.
It was ill.
I don't blame him for holding on to it like that because they were absolutely cold. They are far away from that.
They was nuts, bro.
But now, on a serious note, Kenny, let me ask you a serious question. Where do you think Arsenal finish in the Premier League this season? Like, what's the aim? Like, is it 8th again? Is it 7th? Is it top 6? Like, let me know in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Akko says Arsenal fans are now claiming Ben White and Gabriel are better than Maguire and Varane.
That's scandal talk.
That's crazy. And you lot get your questions in as well. Sorry, we had to get some good old fashioned Arsenal fans.
That's scandal talk. They ain't better than them. Didn't Gabriel choose Arsenal over us.
Did he? I don't know. Did he?
Apparently.
Is that what he did? Where did he come from?
Apparently.
This is a good question. I know you already answered it before, Tux, but yeah, which midfielder do you fancy to play alongside Pogba and Bruno? We'll go with you first, Tux. Which one would you play?
If we're playing a 4-3,
yeah, let's say it's 4-3-3 because I'm guessing that's what you're saying.
I start Matic.
You go Matic. What about you, big bro?
4-3-3.
If we don't bring no one in.
Oh yeah, if we don't bring no one in, I would go Matic. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do a job, especially if we got 3 in midfield. Like that does lighten the load for a minute because Bruno at Sporting used to play as an 8. And he used to get up and down. Pogba will get up and down. So Matic is going to have more legs around him.
Don't need to move, does he?
He doesn't need
No,
to move
doesn't need
whatsoever, to move. Bro. And especially if you've got Maguire, who's going to be pushing up close to you anyway, behind you, and you've got Varane, who's going to be cleaning up in behind. Like, I think Matic can do a job. So yeah, I'd go Matic, but we need to sign someone in it.
Yeah, definitely need a 6, 100%. But I was just answering the question. Yeah, Kenny says top 5. I could smell it, my bro. All right, why do you think Arsenal finished top 5? 1 and 2. Who do you finish above then? Because to finish in top 5, you'd have to finish above one of the big 6. Well, I say big 6. It's really the top 4. It's really a big 4 and North London. Like, let's keep it real. Like, literally. Oh yeah, because you're one of the top 6. So who is it? You know what I'm saying? I rate Fred his class. I'm going that far. I don't think Fred's class, but I believe he gets a hard time from. I think people overly criticize him, but I believe he's just a good squad player for Manchester United. That's what he should be. He's not. You see his deficiencies when he plays week in, week out. I think if you just play him, if you play him, hey, Ben White's going for 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Fred kind of looks like a steal.
Scandalous.
50 mil. But yeah, I think Fred's one of those players. Like, I think people get it confused with squad players. If you play them week in, week out, you see their deficiencies. They're supposed to come in and do a job for 1 or 2 games, and then you don't see them again. Matches like that, there's games, all during Matic's reign where he's come in. I remember specifically an away game against Burnley where he came in and did a very good job. Like, and that's and then he didn't play the game after that. That's what you're supposed to do, is utilize your squad. We spoke about Oli using his bench in games, but I'm talking also starting lineups as well and rotating the squad. I know what's going on. I know when to use certain players for certain games. Akko says Arsenal to finish 7th, Arteta to get a new contract. Like, how long's his deal? Because he's been there.
Next year?
Yeah, he's been there.
Oh, so he's only got a season left.
Has he not got a season left?
Has he? Hey, Kenny, you're an Arsenal fan. Let us know.
I don't know how many years he signed for when he came in.
I feel like he's got a bit of an impossible task, me.
Go on, why do you think he's got an impossible task?
Nah, a bit of an impossible task. Them youths don't want to buy no one.
You are
like, who they gonna, like, if you look at all, like, we get Sancho, we get Varane, yeah? Right, you got Chelsea that are after Haaland or what's his name? Or Lukaku. Then you got City, you're after Grealish or Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Who are they gonna go for?
It's Ben White, isn't it?
Talks is Madison. But Leicester want big money. Leicester want big money. Yeah, Leicester want big money.
They're not going to
be able to pay the amount that like Leicester are known for a hard bargain.
Yeah, Leicester want big money.
They're not getting Madison. Because if you're going to go for Madison, then you might as well go for Grealish.
And why would Madison leave Leicester for Arsenal? Like, there's literally a step back.
That's the only thing.
Where's he from originally?
I'm not sure,
for
but
London
money as well, though. It's a money thing because Arsenal will pay bigger money. Yes, and Talks is
you'd have to be from London to care about.
I think and also as well, he was out of favor because he broke COVID rules for the pie. So he's out of favor with Leicester towards the back end of the season.
Breaking the rules, you got to do that sometimes.
No, people, make sure you follow all COVID guidelines. Yeah. Stay inside.
Yeah, it's Midlands.
It's in Midlands. But yeah, it's the money thing. That's what it is. It's the money. And it might be, even though he's from Coventry, it might be a big sick thing. It might be like,
for me, I think he just sees it as a step back. It's like,
personally, from a footballing perspective, I agree.
If you're a Leicester player, I'm gonna ride out this Leicester thing and see what happens this season, innit? Like, I'm not going to ask.
I do one more season, but if you've got any sort of mentality, I would say a winning mentality, I would believe that I'd make a difference to a team. I would go to a team like that. Not necessarily Arsenal.
He just won the FA Cup with Leicester.
Yeah, you got to stay at Leicester for a bit.
I would, if I'm him, I would stay at Leicester. Yeah, we are linked with him. That's why I brought it up. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you lot, like I say, continue to get your questions in as well. And we'll talk. We haven't touched on him, so we'll talk about Liverpool. Obviously, they've only signed Kanate, I believe. Talks as Henderson might leave.
The Nigerian brothers contracts came through. can't remember what his name. He's a big brother though, massive.
They're going about their business quietly.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Liverpool.
Go on, Mikey. Thoughts on it?
Liverpool are low key. Liverpool will come back strong. I don't think we'll see a Liverpool come back because obviously they won the league this season. I told the Liverpool fans you ain't winning it last season. This season, I think they'll creep up on a come up.
I think so. They got a point to
prove. They've got that point to prove, and they will be. There'll be a threat, but I think they're in a similar position to Chelsea and United.
I think everyone else has strengthened too much for Liverpool. And as well with Van Dijk, I don't know how he comes back from that injury. Like,
you don't know if he comes back the same time.
I don't know if he comes back the same. Even if it's a 10% drop off, like you may be able to speak to that more than I can, innit? Like that type of injury, I don't know how he comes back.
A lot of people recovered from it really well, you know. It's just
I think you got to think about his age as well. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but when people talk about age, I just kind of think, well, you know, if you're put it this way, if you're a young football player and you do your meniscus or whatever it is, and you have like keyhole surgery or whatever, you would probably wouldn't be bought. Like Ruud van Nistelrooy had the same injury. We bought him on the injury. So Van Dijk's got every opportunity to come back and be. It may not be the same player, but a different player. But he can actually level up.
Yeah.
But it's 50-50, innit?
True.
He might come back, get spun, do the whole thing again. Even though my guy flipping kicked him in the knee.
Yeah.
Pickford.
I'm not saying he did it on purpose, by the way. So don't get on me, all you flipping Everton fans, if there's out any. But that was be with him.
I think you become a bit of a target as well. Like Van Dijk was always, he was always stern. He was always, you know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna be like when you get me?
Yeah,
if Chelsea do get a Haaland, then you got him running at you.
I think when we're talking Liverpool, not just the Van Dijk thing, it's the fact that Ronaldo got off and he said something like at the end of last season, in a few years' time, you'll know why I've left. And I was like, that was cryptic as hell, man. Do you know what I mean? Like that was cryptic. You got Canate.
Yeah, Carragher wasn't happy as well, talking nonsense.
What with him leaving?
Yeah, he said no. Something about what did he say? Abuse on social media is something you need to get used to. You shouldn't be on here.
Racial abuse is
that what he said? Did he say racial abuse?
He didn't say racial abuse, but Wijnaldum was talking about racial abuse, like I'm being racially abused. Like,
Carragher just came out with that. You've left Liverpool, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's just like,
all right.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I think
he was being racially abused.
I do think Liverpool would be a bit, but I can't. Me personally, I can't see them not making similar mistakes like last season.
They had a very bad season. They got it up because they finished third, but like they had a terrible season.
You were the defending champions.
Henderson looked like he might be going out. Yep. Thingy's not going to be the same. Milner, he already don't look the same.
Yeah.
What do you call it now? I can't remember this. Salah's kind of like halfway in, halfway out. Yeah. Mane's kicked off, but hopefully he'll kick on. Because I want to see it. Like I want to see a full on.
You want to see a full on war?
Yeah, like I want to see a full on surge, but I don't know if they're going to be the same with Ronaldo leaving. And you know, people have always got the comments like whether it be ex-football players and all that, but there's humans in them, you know, as well as Thingy. So I hope Van Dijk comes back. I don't think he'll be exactly the same, but he will be. You know, he does have those characteristics of, you know, let's drive forward and kick on. But I don't think that's personal though. I said that last year. Remember when ads was saying that they're going to finish them, and I'm like, nah, Liverpool won't win the league. That's what I said. And I said to finish. I think they said, did they say third?
Well, you did say third.
And I said
you were
United
saying
will finish second.
You said third. You did call that.
We just about got second. That was nonsense. But Liverpool, listen, they can do whatever they want, but I don't think they're gonna have that same sort of season. I just don't.
Yeah, I think City, Chelsea definitely too strong for Liverpool. United, debatably, depending upon
we just go to war whenever we feel like.
Yeah, like I see them aiming for that fourth position. Especially if Van Dijk don't come back as Van Dijk, you know, even if he's just 10% off, that's a big
very interesting. And how does Klopp get his players up for it again? You know, because Akko says Liverpool season depends on how their injured players come back. I think that dressing room is not the same anymore. They need fresh faces, or they will regress
from that injury.
Yeah,
like he came back, but he didn't in the Euros. He looked terrible. So
Thiago didn't do very well in the Euros
He
looked terrible.
He was doing up Forrest Gump, man. He was on the bench, man. He was doing up Forrest Gump, telling everything from the bench.
When
Yeah,
he
man.
didn't get on, he didn't look good at all, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what game was it that he came on as a sub and he looked? I can't
Yeah,
remember what
he
game
was.
it
He was one of the. I think
we
it
was
was
on the stream.
I think it might have been the Italy game.
Was it Italy?
Might have been the
He
Italy
looked
game.
terrible.
But that's what Liverpool midfielders did the whole tournament. You get what I'm saying? And that, and even in Copa
not
America,
that,
Fabinho was on the bench for Brazil.
Yes.
Henderson was on the bench for England.
That's wild.
Thiago,
Fabinho
yeah.
was on the bench.
Thiago was on the bench for Spain.
Alisson was on the bench.
Alisson was on the bench. Who else we got? Trent was injured. Robertson went out in the group stages. Van Dijk was injured. Joe Gomez didn't make it.
Nah, I didn't have much of a chance. He's
Oh,
struggling with injury.
Firmino was in
again.
and out of the Brazil side.
Yeah.
It's Liverpool for you. You know what I'm saying?
No, didn't do that too hard.
And he says, I play for Macclesfield under 16s. Hopefully I can get the chance to make it in the Prem. Hey, work hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
What? Wait, my brother a baller.
Work
yeah.
hard. He must be a baller. Work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I've
And
seen people come
you need to
from
be-
nothing to summit, so
Yes.
you keep doing what you're doing. I'm
keep
telling
doing
you
your
that
thing.
right
All
now,
jokes
man.
aside.
Best.
Yes, man. Make sure you do everything you can to make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that. Make the best out of the opportunity, I should say. And you got to be thick-skinned if you support Arsenal as well, because you got a lot of heartbreak coming up. You know what I'm saying? Why you man laughing?
You've
yo?
had a lot of heartbreak. You should just be used to
Yeah,
it.
you should be used to
Your
it by now.
skin should be
Clearly, he's
thick.
not. But like, yeah, it should be. You get me? Your skin should be very thicker than triple glazing. Your skin should be. But here we are. Here we are. Do you think City will get some form of penalty if they're found guilty of the FFP charges? Ooh,
No,
that's a good. Go on, Mikey. I
money
agree.
talks.
I agree. That's what I said.
That's all I say.
Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah,
They should have been in trouble already. Like there
Yeah.
should have been consequences already, and nothing.
Yeah.
So they got banned from the Champions League and then got back in the Champions League. Like what was that?
They're on City though. Like they
got the
like,
lawyers. That's
they
why.
just run them down because they just want the P to just pay the way out.
And that's what it is.
I shouldn't say it like that. They've got very good lawyers, by the way.
Yes, they have
They've
extremely
got
good lawyers.
Very good lawyers,
Yeah,
man.
anyone-
There's loopholes central, you know, like dimensional pause, like Thanos, man.
That's what it is.
Central.
It is. That's what they do. Like
Yeah,
I
they
said,
got-
anyone
they
who's
got
seen
that-
who's seen Power, they got Proctors, they got the Davis McLeans. Like they have that level of lawyers, but like multiple. That's why you don't worry about it.
To be honest with you, though, I don't really want to see that happen in terms of when people are challenging for the league.
No, I'd rather see him get charged and relegated to League Two. But
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Right,
Therefore,
you're sick,
therefore.
you
I
know.
love that. Why you wouldn't like to
I
see
love
City
stuff
get
like that.
relegated to League Two
Ass,
just
bro.
for the carnage?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
It won't
Even
happen,
when
I'm
Van
saying
Dijk
this.
got injured, I was happy about it.
Oh yeah,
like,
you was
that's
tweeting
what you
about
get,
this, innit?
like.
That's what you
Man,
get.
I said he was happy
Yo,
about
I'm
wild,
with
yo.
the dark arts, bro.
You're wild, yo. You're wild.
I'm with the dark arts.
Keely also says, how do you think City will do in the Premier? Go to you, Tox. How do you see him doing in the Premier League?
I want to wait to see who they sign first, innit? I can't see past Chelsea right now. I want to see what signings they bring in. You could bring in signings that backfire and it upsets the balance of your team, innit?
True.
So like you won the league last season with no striker, so clearly what you're doing is working, innit? So
Yeah.
I'll have to wait and see. They've not made any moves yet, so
All right. And Champions League as well, because he has that as well. So
yeah, I can't see them
Same
for the
with-
Champions League.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What you saying, Mikey?
I can't see past Chelsea either.
Yeah.
Not at the minute.
Like that.
I think with Tuchel coming in, he's built a solid foundation, and I'm looking forward to see them play. Obviously, we drew with him.
Mhm.
We draw with him.
Who?
Chelsea.
Yeah, we drew.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, they were boring.
Dry
games.
game,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Jeez, but
Well, they both
yeah.
0-0. Yeah, there's the first one was Lampard and Oli at
Dry
OT,
game.
and then that was awful.
Oh,
and the
my
one at the
word,
bridge,
dude.
yeah, the one at the bridge was just as bad.
That was shocking.
It was 0-0. I remember being on watch alongs and just
Yeah.
being like, this is really awful.
It's gonna be interesting to see a City. Like I said, like it's wide open. But at the minute, I'd put Chelsea as favourites just because they won the Champions League.
Yeah, that-
That's it. That's why.
Again, I'd say like I agree with Tox and guys to the Premier League. We'll see how City do in the window. Like if they have a crazy window and Chelsea don't get a Haaland or a 9, then that could change everything. In the Champions League, they'll be there or thereabouts because they have been. But again, the
with
draw plays a major part. If you get a favorable draw in the Champions League, like you're on once you get to the knockout rounds, and Chelsea got and you get a favorable draw because a lot of the top teams are on the other side, that can help.
Yeah.
Chelsea got that. Chelsea got drew. It was in the knockout rounds, and PSG, Manchester City, and it was the other one. Bayern Munich were all on the other side of the draw.
Yeah.
So arguably, three of the four favorites were on the other side. I said it as soon as it got drew. I said Chelsea are getting to the final. I didn't expect them to win the final, but it's like Bayern Munich, PSG, and Manchester City, 3 of the 4 favorites, probably alongside yourselves, are all on the other side of the draw. And that's not a shot at Chelsea because they did everything they were supposed to do. They beat Atletico, they beat Porto, they beat Real Madrid, they beat City. But if you look at City's run, that's different. They had to get past PSG. PSG had to get past Bayern Munich. Like, there's a and Dortmund. So it's more of it. I would say City will be there or thereabouts in the Champions League because they have been finals and they got knocked out in the semi-final a couple of seasons ago. So they're always in the latter stages. Yeah. Andrew, this is a good question. Do you be the surprise team in the Prem?
What type of surprise are we talking about?
You're talking about like West Ham, innit? So who's the overachiever of the like West Ham would have been the surprise team of the Premier League last season?
Go with, I think
it's Everton. A great question.
I think Everton.
You took that, I was literally gonna say that, bro.
Why Everton on the raffle?
Did sign Damari Gray?
Yes, I do rate Damari Gray. Yes,
I think James Rodriguez is still there.
Yeah, James is still there. Haaland's still there. Dominic Calvert-Lewandowski's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they might be the surprise team.
Benitez is gonna have he's got a lot to prove there. Going to Everton is brazen, like
I know, like Benitez has got beef, you know. Beef with Man United, beef with Newcastle, beef with Liverpool, beef City just for the City.
He got beef with Chelsea. Chelsea didn't want him when he was there.
Beef with Chelsea. Man's got beef with everybody. He's got beef with everybody, man. I'll go with Everton, and I'm hoping Crystal Palace as well.
The Patrick Vieira. It's going to be interesting to see how he does.
I want to see how he does.
Interesting to see.
And by the way, I don't care if he's a black manager. I just want to see how he does.
I want to see how he does. You want to see how Premier League legends do? 100%. I'm not sure. Yeah, Akko saying Aston Villa for me. I don't know. I'll have to give that more thought. That's a good question because I've not really thought. I looked at it.
It's a good one, though.
It's a very good question.
That's a shot, especially if they keep Grealish.
Yeah, I was just saying if Villa keep Jack, I think they will. It pains me to say it. Oh yeah, Andrew, you're a Birmingham fan. Yeah, kind of. Birmingham being claret and blue and that. Feel for you still. What do you think about Foden and his potential? Quality baller.
Very good player.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, it really does, but very good. Like he's that good. I can't even hate on him. Like that's how good he is. I can't even hate on him. And under Pep, he has the perfect manager and he has the perfect setup and the perfect team around him to get the best out of him. Yeah. Even against PSG, like he stood up in those games, especially the home game. Like he was arguably City's best player. Like he stood up.
His confidence is unwavering as well. Like he's always willing to take that shot.
Yes.
Like he's always willing to he doesn't hide. And for someone his age to not hide in these big man games, like you gotta rate it.
Underperformed in the Euros, though. Get rid of the blonde hair, Phil. Get back to the brownness, man.
I think he was decent in the first 2 games.
Southgate tax.
Southgate tax. He was nowhere near as bad as Mason Mount.
No, I didn't get a chance to do.
Well, he wasn't as bad as Mason Mount, but everyone minus Sterling, everybody in the attack, nobody really thrived. Grealish was bright, Sancho was bright, but no one you could say was. He was very good.
I want Phil Foden to have a clear run. I want to see him that because I know what he's doing at City. I want to see him for England and stuff. It's not like it's important that he plays for England, by the way, my dog. I just want to see a clear run because he's like it's almost as I see what he does at City. I just want to see that fusion when he plays along with England, that expression that he's got in him. And I want to see him with Mason Greenwood because I know them two are going to be savage.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We are almost closing out the show, people. Last 5 to 10 minutes, or as well under 10 minutes, or last 5 minutes or so. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. See, let's go into it quick, though. Relegation. Yeah, relegation. Like,
Norwich.
So you got Norwich down. Who else?
Who else is in the league now?
I'm just literally about to look at the
table. Yeah. I think Norwich might go back down.
You reckon Newcastle could be in trouble?
Newcastle will be in trouble.
Watford are in trouble for me.
I reckon Watford are. I'm waiting to see how, again, like you said with the same question, how everybody does. I don't think
one of them is going to escape.
Because people are talking about Brentford's football, but I don't know whether that can they stay in the Premier League?
I don't. You know what? They can though, you know. Brentford can. But I forgot they come up. I cannot believe in Brentford.
Oh yeah, just to get back to your question, Andrew, about surprise team. I reckon it's just gonna pay me to admit it. Leeds. I think Leeds are gonna do bits. I think
you can't say Leicester, can you?
Yeah, it's not. I think Bielsa from the middle of the season to the back end figured out this gung ho You get me? You
Yeah.
score 5,
Yeah.
we score 6, and defensively they got much better.
Mm.
Like they were getting beat 6-2 by us initially, and then when we played them again, it was 1-1. I don't think a big 6 side won at Ellen Road, so I think he figured out the defensive side, but still kept how offensively good Leeds are. So I'll probably say Leeds because they'll probably add to the squad as well if he hasn't already. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say. That's what I would go with. I'd probably say Leeds. But yeah, back to relegation. Again, a lot depends on recruitment for all of those teams down there. And secondly, as well, when you get rid of a manager or not. Because a manager can come in, new manager bounce, and that 10 games or even that 5 games could save your season. So it is going to be really interesting. All right, so we're saying, so you both said Chelsea for the league. Okay. What's the rest of the top 4 then? We'll go with you, Tox, first.
I've got Chelsea, City, obviously. I've got United, and part of me wants to say Everton, but I don't know if that.
I said Everton, not even Leicester.
Bro, I feel like I like Everton. You know,
you reckon Raph is just going to have that much of an effect?
I feel like he's going to be top 6.
I could hear the top 6 show. I just don't see him being top 4.
But yeah, now I'll play it safe and say Liverpool. But yeah, Everton for top 6 and Leicester for top 6 as well. Like I see them 5th and 6th.
That, you know, I need to see City by, you know.
I think United. Okay, let's do it then. We'll do it like this. So say City get everything they need in terms of a top quality striker.
Absolute war.
Say Chelsea do. Say United get a DM. Say Liverpool get whatever you think they need. What's the top 4?
I think if United go back to what they were, they'll just miss out. Finish 3rd. It'd be between City and Chelsea. 100%. I do think we'll topple Liverpool. Not because Liverpool are crap.
Hope you're
I
right.
just don't think that the squad will be strong enough. But if United were to buy a DM, the whole vibe of Old Trafford is going to be different. Even
we're
though
going to feel like we're complete.
That's the best. That's why the fans are saying, I'm glad you signed Ollie. They know that the split. Most people don't want some Ollie, and that's why I can't be bothered with all that nonsense. I'm saying if he gets who he wants, like they should do, the board should be going out of the way to get who he wants, right? Declan Rice ain't worth 100 million, but if that's who he wanted and he could get him for cheap or whatever it is, then go and do it because I want to see it. And then it's up to because when United come back, it's about the history of the club. When I say the history, I don't talk about no flipping 99 business. I'm talking about United, full stop. If everybody else feels like we get behind the boys, they'll run up, but they'll finish 3rd. The only reason why I say they finish 3rd because if they get their players, man, then it's gonna be like a battle. We'll definitely get beat by both of them teams at some point.
For me, a hot take for City especially, we don't always see these super transfers pay off. So if they bring in a Kane, and a grealish, like it could upset the balance of the squad. Could just be too many class players fighting for not that many places. Like, I'm not really Kane's biggest fan at this moment in time as well. So like we could, but like I feel like my hot take, like we could see them kind of implode and slip off. And when the pressure's on Pep goes crazy in it. Like Pep loses his
We've seen him
mind,
fold. We have seen him fold.
I love it though, man.
It's great to watch. It's fantastic to watch. Pep loses his mind. So we've seen these things go against teams before. I've seen Chelsea make these massive signings and just go downhill. So it remains to be seen, but I'm hoping to see something like that.
All right, cool. Well, love to everyone who has locked in live, and whether you're watching this live or watching this back, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure when you subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube channel, you hit the notification bell, because this is From a Third Eye View, and we're here every Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. discussing all things Premier League. This show has absolutely flown by. Salute to my bro Tox for jumping on. Salute to my big bro Mikey. And Mikey, we'll start with you. Anything you want to add and let the people know where they can find you as well?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, anytime.
Thanks for those people that watched, being supportive, hit that like button, support the boys and that.
Appreciate it.
If you want to find me, it's FenActivate, FENACTIV with the letter 8. The all things
number 8
related.
People. Yep.
So that number 8, and hopefully I'll be back on here
100%.
some different news and all them kind of things there, and we can get a little bit more active.
100%. Yo, Tux, anything you want to add before we bounce?
Yeah,
Let
yo,
them know
bless up to everyone that tuned in. Follow me on socials, innit? TOX2K21. I'll be on social media running my agendas about football players and whatnot. So yeah, man, I'll be dropping music soon as well. So yeah, give me a follow if you're interested.
Yeah, man. Like I said, love to everyone who has locked in to From a Third Eye View. We'll be back. We will be back next Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Myself, Strong should be back as well, people. But yeah, man. Love to everyone who's locked. Make sure you keep all things Pi Radio locked. Big up.